Hail and well met. Welcome to the Westgate Irregulars, the 4th episode of the campaign, Scorned, the epic conclusion of our first arc, in which our heroes will come face to face with the kiss of death killer, whether they're ready or not. And welcome to our stream, again in the beautiful Chaldea Studios, hosted by Gen Con. And our sponsor, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, brings you the stream tonight. Erin's going to tell us about them.
Hi. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, including Farida from the Brimstone Angels novels, and now also Havilar. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. For more information, check them out at idlechampions.com.
Thank you for that, Erin. And we are going to start off the stream, as usual, with Rogar's recap. What do you have for us today, Randy?
Well, of course, I put on Rogar's recap for the recap. And then, so as you know, and this takes place in the future. So as you know, I'm trying out different talents to see what I have naturally, point me towards my family and clan since I don't know it. Last time I tried poetry, that seemed to go not great, and the art not great. But this time I think I found it. Inspired by my friend's song, I thought I'd try a bit of song.
Oh.
But actually, I'm sorry, I'm a little warm. Let me just take this off really quick here.
It's happening.
Oh, wow.
Right, okay. So
Excellent.
I'll need your help with this because, of course, the dwarves, we tend to sing great ballads in the halls with our mouths, dum, 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 kind of a song. So I'll need you to, like, maybe, if some of you could hum sort of along the melody for me. And it just goes like this. Dum, 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 dum. All right, keep going. We hunt a killer, yeah. Giving deadly kisses in Westgate. Hired by Ilira. She's so shaky. To clear her name and investigate. Well, Renticast the Paladin tried to help us out. That's a nice lad he was. But he got murdered too and caused Rogar to doubt because of his distant religions.
Very
If
sad.
his feelings for the Paladin brought the man's death about, no. Zetzelaya was told him that Lilton left the six-fingered mark on her arm. The fact from her sister she's holding, since Artemisia's loving that sun elf's charm. Aiden was taken away, her necromantic boyfriend, by Eye of Justice, Levia, of Ten God Caleb played. Hi, I'm Caleb. But the captain, nay, believed in ya. Where they barely escaped the Hall of Justice. Did she possibly fly? So weird, she's got wings, but she never supposed to fly. And Aiden asked her to suck his life force, but she wouldn't try. No. Practice safe necromancy, folks. Well, we're going still. Keep going.
How many more pages?
So to House Vamos we go. A party for Ilira. We're going to crash. For in their crypt below, we hope to find clues so the killer will catch. And Sturge disguised himself as a child of Artemisia and Lilton's loving.
Mommy.
That was creepy but wild. So soon through the party crowd we're a-shoving. House Vamos is dangerous, their own mother they'd sell. Aye, and they're throwing a party for Ilira. What does that say? And about Rettegast dead, I am Justice Levia's mad as hell. I think Ilira's the murderer. Is this going to end well? No, 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 no. Everyone! No, 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 no.
Absolutely not.
All right, you're all caught up now. And I'm so sorry about that. But I think maybe I heard there's this contest down in Om they've started, Omnican Idol or something like that. Do you think? I think I should give it a try. I don't know. Anyway.
I think you should, but I think we need like a conductor next time or something. We got
Oh
a
my
little
God,
out of
that was
sync.
horrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Well, we're going to
Moving
enter
on.
you on Farron's Got Talent, so.
Yeah.
All right, well. So, we take you now to the dark city of Westgate.
Rugar. It's all right, bud.
All right, we'll take another second.
Okay.
Roll
Okay.
commercials.
So, a harrowing, complex situation has unfolded, but before we see exactly how it resolves, let's go back in time briefly and see a couple of the things that led up to it.
Hey.
The first thing that you see is a man standing next to a body on a slab that's covered over by a sheet. And he looks down at it and he's thinking. He's holding a silent conversation in his mind. And he says, and finally it becomes aloud and he says, I have failed you. This should not have come to pass. But I will not let this stand. And then he hears a ruckus out in the hallway behind him, and he looks around. And there's this voice, which doesn't sound exactly like a Justice Knight, saying, I'm a Justice Knight. Don't you recognize me? I'm new. And then he turns, swooping away his cloak behind him. And then we cut to a woman, a brown-haired woman, sitting cross-legged, staring at a wall covered in flapping papers and drawings with string tied between them, connections between the dark, seedy underbelly of Westgate. And Levia stares up at the wall, and you see the central image in her wall is a picture of Ilira's face. And it has a dagger sticking into the wall, just right above her right eye. And Levia says, time is coming. And then there's a knock at the door. And someone bursts in and says, Lady Shadewalker, there's been a murder. And Levia smiles cruelly and says, it's happening, isn't it? And then we flash back to Shae Darksong, sitting at Big Edna's with the party having just left, going, oh, well, what could possibly go wrong? This is all going to go well. And then she clutches at her head and blinks her eyes and says, oh no. And she gets up and she moves to one of the mercy closets off the common room, which in Faerunian terms, those are what we call bathrooms. And she goes inside and someone is startled and goes, it's occupied. And she says, no, it's okay. I just need to use your shadow. And the guy says, what? And then she disappears into his shadow. And he suddenly doesn't need to use the mercy closet anymore.
We're taking him on a tour of only the finest spots in Westgate.
Only the finest spots in Westgate.
What does it smell like?
And then we see these three individuals once again arrayed in the common courtyard at House Vamos. And we see our adventurers looking up at them as the tension mounts. Now, just to briefly catch everybody up, this is a complex situation. The Eye of Justice is not technically the law in Westgate, although they think they are. They are a knightly order that considers themselves the most lawful and good organization in Westgate. And they are correct about that. But they are invading the castle of Vamos, where Lady Orena, who is the Croamark or ruler of the city, is holding a revel, and she doesn't seem too happy about it. Ilira has leaped up, shadow danced up onto the spire on top of the mausoleum and delivered her laughing speech to the assembled crowd. And Shae has jumped up there to aid her. And it looks like Levia and the other Justice Knights are heading to attack her and causing strife within the group that's gathered there. Meanwhile, several of our companions of the Westgate Irregulars are meaning to head into the mausoleum, hoping to discover some clues. So, at that moment is when this dark cloaked figure standing atop the gates looking down into the courtyard speaks up and draws attention. He has this big black axe. And we're cutting back into just that moment. So we have the six of you, and Calith and Aiden have headed into the mausoleum. He opened the gate, so you two are definitely headed in there. It should be noted that the Westgate Irregulars technically work for Ilira, but not all of them are particularly coin-minded folk. They have their own different motivations and perspective about what is going on in this situation. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask each of you to tell me what your character is going to do, and then we're going to start seeing the consequences of how this all shakes out. Sturge, start with you.
Sturge takes a mighty pinch of gnomish snuff, which
Shouldn't have started with Sturge.
which he acquired midsummer, a gift from Stong.
Remember your intro too, Stephen Merlino.
Oh, yes. Right. Well, I'll get there. That's less
Okay.
important.
The drama is what's important.
Snuff first.
He will also use his scarf of disguise and become Levia.
Of course.
And then he's going to move toward the, as far as he can, stealthily, using cover, toward the mausoleum with his whatever move he's got. I guess if he uses his bonus action, that would be 60 feet.
Well, if you do nothing but move, and you take the dash action twice,
Oh,
because
yeah,
you
yeah,
have your
yeah,
cunning
sorry.
action, you can get there all in one round.
Now I got to be disguised.
I see.
Okay.
Well then, so it is 60 feet then. Okay? So there are two Levias heading toward the mausoleum. Excellent.
Oh, I thought she was already up there.
Well, she's headed that way now. We rewound a little bit to before
Okay.
she actually leaped into
How
combat.
far away is she?
She is about 40 or 50 feet from you.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Seize her! She's an imposter!
All right.
Do
Great.
you want me to do my performance to see if anybody
I think
buys
you're
it?
doing a deception check is what you're doing.
If anybody is curious about what Sturge's skills are or how good he is at deception, we just put up D&D Beyond. I don't know if you want to
Nice.
talk a little bit more about it, Eric.
I think you should talk about it.
All right. Well, I think somewhere over here, I'm going to roughly guess, there should be like a little red button. Oh, this way, being signaled. There's like a little red button. I believe it's like a B. And if you click it, you'll see like a
Somewhere.
column with our character portraits. And if you click into those portraits, you could find more information about our characters. Back to you, Stephen.
19.
19. Well, several of the Justice Knights do look to be confused and startled, and you are at least sowing discord. Rogar. What is
Aye.
Rogar going to do?
Rogar thinks this looks like a lot of trouble, and he also he's focused. He's worried that about Calith. He doesn't really trust Aiden, and they're going into a mausoleum with a necromancer. Not good.
But Aiden
And-
is totally trustworthy.
Of course he is. Of course he is. And but
Wait, no,
more
he's
than
not.
that, Rogar he's very focused on the idea of going down there and finding this killer, because this killer is antithetical to life. He's an enemy of life. He's using necrotic damage to kill people, and right now he just needs a mission to focus on, right? And the bogglewomps and everything else just are all a mess right now. So this is just a beautifully clear-cut mission. Stop someone who is harming the life. And so he's going down in the crypt to try and do that, as well as he really wants to know why the killer chose Retagast as a victim. It doesn't make sense to him, because why kill an Eye of Justice? That's just going to bring their attention on you, like even more so, right? So he really wants to figure out the why. He wants to confront the killer. So that's his entire focus. He's going down in the crypt after Caliph and
So Rogar puts down his helmeted head and pushes his way through the crowd of growing terror and confusion
with his
toward the crypt.
mithril mail and just a dwarf head down, just knocking people's knees aside.
Yep. All right.
Should do your intro.
So Caliph.
Oh,
Sorry. As Aiden is dragging Caliph, or Caliph is dragging Aiden, or they're dragging each other toward the actual crypt entrance in the mausoleum, you see Rogar gleaming with his armor, heading toward you at a good clip. Dwarves are natural sprinters. So, what are you going to do? Go ahead and tell us a little about yourself, and then tell me what Caliph does.
Yes, I'm going to be the awkward first introduction because it's legally required. Hi, I'm Emily Tang. I'm a writer and game designer at Wizards of the Coast. Disclaimer, all thoughts and opinions expressed in the stream are my own and do not represent Wizards of the Coast. And now that that's out of the way, Caliph she's very confused right now. The discovery that Aiden is part of House Vamos has kind of pushed everything else out of her mind. She needs to know what's going on. Like, why is he wearing this crest? But she needs time to process this, and she sees a shiny dwarf coming her way. It's like, might need to table this for another time. So she has the pin, right? Or the crest?
Yes. Yeah, you took it off of Aiden before he had the chance to hide it.
She's just gonna put that in her pocket for now. She's gonna
Excellent.
keep it quiet from the rest of the party until she has a chance to process this and figure out what's going on.
Okay. Aiden, stammering and trying to explain, fails to explain.
We are talking about this later.
Okay.
Rogar, get in here!
All
Rogar!
hey, I'm coming.
Rogar bursts into the courtyard of the
Slim.
mausoleum, and you built up a good clip, a good momentum, and it is too much momentum. And you crash into them, and you all go through the door of the mausoleum down the stairs.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Exactly.
All right.
All right, Stong, tell us about yourself briefly, and then what Stong is up to in this morass of people.
Hi, my name is Yang Yang Wang. So, Stong takes out a pinch of fine gnomish snuff, some of which he gifted his friend Sturge earlier. But really, is there anybody threatening or getting in the way of my friends right now?
It depends who you consider to be your friends.
The Westgate Irregulars.
Well then, Sturge, who you're pretty sure at least one of those Levias is Sturge, is immediately going to get himself into trouble. And you do see Justice Knights heading toward Artemisia and Cecilia because they are noble ladies, dancing or just kind of mingling with the other people. And those knights are just kind of shoving people out of the way.
Everything seems like okay so far. He wants to hang back and see which side might need a little more help. So the real question is, how many hors d'oeuvres are near me right now?
There is an entire table of hors d'oeuvres right next to you.
Within my reach.
Within your reach.
All right.
Dude.
So
you have been restraining yourself so far for the purposes of propriety.
And I can tell you there's many pickled dishes on there as well.
He's been waiting for a diversion.
You do have Mirabelle, yes?
oh yeah.
All right.
So I'd like to try to take both arms and with one hand take as many hors d'oeuvres as I can and give it to Mirabelle, and the other hand shove it into my mouth.
Yes.
What would I need to do to make this happen?
Athletics check.
Athletics. Oh, you're so generous.
Yeah.
Competitive eating.
It's 14.
All right, you can lift a
That's
lot
plus
of hors
11.
d'oeuvres. You pick up the table, in fact.
Excellent.
You only meant to pick up a plate, but you missed because you're not really that dexterous. And you pick up the table.
And then suddenly, instead of like looking at my friends, is everybody looking at me?
A lot of people are now looking at you.
Whatever. I continue eating.
Okay. All right, Artemisia.
Okay. So I'm Rian in Held. I write urban fantasy. I'm a professional archaeologist, and I just want to say, because I know at least one member of my choir who did our theme song, Mitchell Fund, is watching this stream. I'm a soprano one, and see how well I did backup vocals, just like an alto or something. So, a little joke there for the singers among us.
I would
So-
not use this as an audition tape, though.
Although
Sopranos
Randy
get
might
the
get a call.
melody, so anything I audition for, that's what I would be doing. So Artemisia, she is not going to be pushed back with the rest of the crowd, and I guess in for a copper coin, in for a gold, or whatever the
Sure, yeah.
penny pound would be. She's going to stand up straight. She's got her gold evening gown on, and she's going to say, "I'm Lady Darden. And you should let me through because I could possibly help in this situation." And then she's just going to start walking towards the mausoleum where they're up on top of it.
Darden being...
Lilton.
Darden being Lilton, that extremely charming, conniving sun elf that they met earlier and said Celia has opinions about.
Yes.
This
And
also-
they are not actually in a relationship. They're just sleeping together. However, she arrived in his carriage. People made assumptions.
She's
She's
wearing
just gonna
gold.
Go with this.
I'm going to need you to roll a persuasion check, please.
Okay. Not her best night. That is a 12.
Oh. One of the Justice Knights who was kind of shoving people out of the way to get to the mausoleum sees you and says, "Darden." He pulls out his sword and starts heading toward you. Murderous intent in his gaze.
Right then.
Oh no.
All right, Celia.
Okay, hi, I am Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga. Cecilia is not super comfortable in this crowd. She is starting to feel a little tight in the chest, and actually she completely misses what's happening with Artemisia. She does see Kaelith go in the mausoleum with Aiden,
For some
who is
alone
up to
time.
no good,
And Rogar.
and Rogar. And while she
Chaperone.
trusts Rogar to break that up, she's also thinking that mausoleum is not in this crowd. So she's going to head that way. And are there a bunch of people in the way?
There are a bunch of people in the
She's
way.
going to Misty step through them.
Excellent.
Stylish.
Because she would like to. She's like, I'm gonna go. She's telling herself like, I'm gonna go solve this crime because there are things I want to work on that involve handprints, and I don't want to get in any of these people's way. This is the right choice, and completely forgets. Like, to make sure that Artemisia, she just assumes Artemisia is going to be standing there going, oh my. She does not think about the fact that Artemisia is kind of a badass.
Yeah.
All right,
What does it
Cecilia.
look like when you misty step through people? Is that like...
So you kind of just like whoosh into nothing and then appear 30 feet on.
Oh, do
with
they
some
like get a
mist.
like a
There's
like a
mist.
tingly and a
You
scent
kind
of
of,
cinnamon?
my impression is that
Minty
you
fresh.
kind of zoop through like the adjacent plane. So I don't think they feel anything.
Okay.
But the sight of it may cause you to go, "Blah."
Gotcha.
Sort of produces mist, which has this faint reddish tinge to
Yeah.
it.
Is she covered with blood when she emerges on the
No,
other
No.
I am not.
No,
I
those are
am
more,
not going to do that.
those are more powerful warlock powers. Now, Aaron just demonstrated one special thing that we have, which are these X cards. The way X cards work is that they're very simple. If we do something in the game that doesn't work for you, that you're just gonna freak out about, and you really don't want to have happen, you just hold this card up and we stop. That's how it works.
Is a bad term.
Real easy. And we're going to take it very seriously. These only work if you take it seriously, right? This is a legit thing. Not just, I don't like this. It's more like, this is really bothering me and we need to stop.
Yeah,
So
like
that's how
trigger
these work.
warning. Trigger
Yeah,
warning
exactly.
type stuff.
Okay. So, Cecilia teleports into the middle of the little grounds of the mausoleum. So there's a fenced area and there's a building inside, and they just tumbled down into the building.
Before I go in, I want to specify that Cecilia has this wooden painted mask that is sort of the sign of the Witch Laren, the witches of Rashomon, and she's going to fully put it on because she wants to scare the crap out of Aiden.
What does the mask look like?
So the mask, it covers her face entirely. There are eye holes, but that's it. It is made of wood. It is kind of painted with arcane symbols in red, and there is sort of feathers around it.
Okay.
And it is definitely a Hathorn mask.
Bird feathers or like raptor dinosaur feathers?
Have you been to Rashomon?
No.
It's
Strong.
for Shemi bird feathers.
And
All
you
right.
can't prove otherwise.
And that's a thing.
As you were standing
As far
there,
as you
It's
know.
not.
Bardic knowledge.
as you were standing there in the mausoleum courtyard, you realize that a stone door is starting to grind shut above the stairs. You think you can still get through because you did the Misty Step.
Okay.
So would you like to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so you narrowly slip through just before the door shuts.
Okay.
Okay, so by my count, that means that Cecilia and Rogar and Calith, along with Aiden, are now in the mausoleum. The rest of you are up on the surface in doing one thing or another. Okay, so Levia leaps, propelled by magic, onto the top of the mausoleum, where her mace clashes with Shae's sword, and the two of them start fighting. The Justice Knights that were listening to Sturge see that happen, know that that's something Levia can do, and then look at Sturge as Levia expectantly. And one of them says, "Are you one of those infiltrators we had last 10 days?" Or today, one of them says, "Or today," and they pull out their short swords. Two of them have two short swords, and one of them has a great sword.
How many of them? Just
Three.
Three, okay.
Quick, turn into a child.
Nathaniel Darden appears again.
Do we want to do initiative? or-
Let's do initiative.
Okay.
All right, that's a good plan.
Oh, yeah.
Drat.
There are a lot of
Not
NPCs,
bad.
so I'm just going to have the PCs go first.
Feeling good.
Better rolling platform. That will increase my scores, obviously.
Are you sure we should all be going first?
Sturge,
Yes, 7.
7. Calith,
9.
okay. Rogar,
19.
Nice.
Nice.
okay.
So rare.
Stong,
17.
Artemisia,
10.
nice. And Cecilia.
6.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a good spread. Okay. All right, Rogar, you are actually going to go first. You pull yourself off the stone, off of these two that you bowled over into the mausoleum. You are in a dark area, slightly underground,
Aye.
which, as a hill dwarf, you're not necessarily as comfortable as a mountain dwarf would be, but it's okay.
Aye.
There's no light in this place. It's pitch black.
Right?
Your dark vision, once your eyes adjust to the darkness, you pick out the several stone biers that people might put bodies on. One of which appears to be occupied by a human form of some kind. And then you see several suits of armor standing in corners of this otherwise square room. So the room itself is 30 feet by 30 feet.
I'm sure the suits of armors will not come into play at all. All right, so, well, Rogar thinks,
Oh, I
this
should
is the body.
verbalize. Wink.
Right, this is the, my first thought is this must be the body that we came to investigate. So,
So you scramble off.
I was like, okay. I was like, we need Aiden to do his little trick and talk to this body again. But quick, before we do, I pull out of my pockets some of the pickled foods I snagged while coming in.
Uh-huh.
I said, put some of this in your pocket.
What's it for?
I think it's, pickle in a pocket and a vampire won't stalk it. I think that's a common saying, right?
Aiden says that's not a thing.
You don't talk.
I've heard
Maybe that's a thing.
Aye, so just, can never be too safe. Aye, pickle in the pocket.
He tentatively
Vampire
takes the
won't
pickle.
stalk it. And then, Aiden, if you could kindly, as long as it's not going to end up like last time.
Is that you, Rogar? You see Aiden groping around? He's a human, doesn't have dark vision.
Right.
Humans, buzzkills.
I will.
What if you just take his hand and guide it to the corpse?
And
just say,
do you need
do
to
your
see
thing.
a corpse to talk to it?
Well, usually that helps.
Aye.
Are you there too, Caleb?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm nowhere.
Right. Well.
Well, you do hear footsteps coming down the stairs.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I'll turn to the sound of the footsteps.
Okay. Stong. So you're up in the party, and you're feasting on hors d'oeuvres, and one of the Justice Knights comes toward you. It's like, hey, you. And Mirabelle goes, in imitation.
Are you talking to me or my baby?
And the knight says, you look strong. Help us.
What do you need,
He
sir?
points to where the Justice Knights are fighting with the Vamos House Guard. And you also the battle up on top of the mausoleum.
I look at both of them and I say, oh, I'd rather just be a bystander. Here, have you tried one of these fine pickled herrings?
I'm going to need you to make a persuasion check.
Persuasion, okay. It's a 9.
You, well, you don't throw the herring in his face, which is what you might have done if you really messed that up. He says, pickled herring? He
Yes.
pulls out his sword, and then he heads back toward the battle. He doesn't attack you.
Oh, okay.
He's like, these nobles are so weird. And then he heads back into the fight. And Mirabelle goes,
So
toward the fight.
I hand her the pickled herring, and I look towards Artemisia and Sturge again. Do either of them look like they're in dire need?
There's a Justice Knight heading toward Artemisia with a drawn greatsword, and there are 3 Justice Knights confronting Levia Sturge. I'm just going to combine the names, German style. Levia Sturge.
Levia Sturge.
Levia Sturge.
So, do I still have an opportunity to make an action?
Yes,
So, I was holding the table before. Am I still holding the table?
in one hand, yeah.
Okay. Now,
You had to let go of it to offer the herring to the knight.
I'd like to throw this table at the 3 soldiers about to approach Sturge. Artemisia, I feel like you've got this. I heard
All right.
you're a badass, so
Make
Yeah,
a
she's about to roast
ranged
that guy.
strength attack.
a
please.
ranged strength
About
attack.
to turn the tables.
It's a 15.
It's a 15. Oof. All right.
Highly better than average.
Sturge.
Yes?
Oh
Your
no.
instincts awaken, and you just shift to the side as this huge table comes crashing past, just knocking one of the Justice Knights sprawling.
Sturgy sense.
Thank you, Stong.
Wasn't me. Don't draw attention to me.
Artemisia, that knight is still stalking toward you. What do you do?
Well, he has not directly attacked me yet.
Not yet,
You
but
know
he
these-
looks like he's going to.
These urban areas prone to rats, like sleep rats.
Oh,
Can I borrow one of your?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
all right.
So she's gonna try that first. So that is 15 and 25 hit points that she can affect.
All right, you start to cast your spell, and it almost captures him, but not quite. And so he kind of like, kind of wavers drowsily for a second, and then shakes it off. And he says, "Hey, obviously you're gonna do that demon magic, and he swings the sword at you.
Demon magic, eh?
Demon
But
magic.
He's still a little bit drowsy and clumsy, and the sword hacks into a table next to you
Oh, good.
and misses you.
Good.
I mean, because I'm assuming a 9 misses you.
Yes.
All right, great. Caliph, you're down in the crypt.
Caliph is going to, I guess first she's gonna stand up and just sort of brush herself off, brush her wings off. Look around.
All right. Yeah, you see what I described to
Yep.
Rogar there. The 4 statues of armor at the 4 corners of the room.
Are the footsteps coming down at this point?
Yes, you do hear footsteps coming downstairs.
All right, she's going to draw her sword, whirl around, and point it up at the stairs.
Okay.
I'm armed, and maybe dangerous. Who is it?
All right. Cecilia, it is you coming down the stairs.
It is.
So you can hear Kayla say that.
Okay, 1, I'm glad you're armed. 2, put that down. Unless, like, I mean, all I see is you and Rogar and Aiden and that guy. Did you talk to it? Aiden, did you do what you're supposed to? He can't see me, can he?
He can't see a thing.
Push my mask back up.
He
'Cause
still
it's
can't.
a little close, and actually the smell of the wood is sort of.
He still can't see you with your mask up.
I know, but I don't want it on my face. It's making me feel a
I'm
little
not
stressed.
supposed to talk right now.
Yeah. Okay. Good. What is this?
What, you mean this place?
No. I mean upstairs. Everything's going completely crazy.
Oh, wait, what's going on? I think I missed it.
Oh! There is a whole battle happening.
So you mean they're distracted?
They're very distracted.
Wait, is this the distraction you were doing?
You
This
know
is
what?
fantastic.
I wish this was me, but I can't even lie about this. I have nothing to do with this. That is like the entire Eye of Justice up there, and Ilira is like jumping in shadows, and Shae's cutting crossbolts out, and then some dude showed up all like spooky in his dark armor, and I don't know. That's a lot of people. So let's do our thing.
A light
That woman who arrested
appears
Aiden
in
seems
the
to-
darkness, and Aiden holds a glowing gray orb of light.
Pull my mask back down.
And he says, "Oh, sorry, I wanted to see who is talking. Hello, Lady Cecilia.
Hello, Aiden.
I'm really sorry about all this.
You know, it's an awesome apology making the corpse talk.
Oh, I'm gonna do that, but first we should probably deal with the Guardians.
The Guardians?
And on cue, the 4 statues bend down from the corners. Yeah, I know, what a surprise. And light with this gray, fiery light inside. So they don't have bodies or anything, they're just animated statues of armor with light inside. And they pull out weapons. And Aiden says, sorry.
Sorry.
So,
Did you do that?
starting with round 2 now.
Oh, he didn't answer.
His using magic probably triggered it, I'm guessing.
Oh, right.
It's just proximity. So starting with round 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the upper scene and then the lower scene.
Okay.
So we start with Stong for round 2. So you have thrown a table at the Eye of Justice people. Okay, you see that gray cloaked guy with the big axe leap from the walls that the gate is in, and much farther than a normal person should be able to leap. It's clearly with magical enhancement of some kind. And he lands on the rooftop of the mausoleum, cracking it with the force of his leap.
What a heavy boy.
And his axe swings down at Shae, and Ilira parries it, and then the 4 of them are up there fighting. Your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the 2 Justice Knights that are still there with Sturge appear to have now turned their attention on you.
I yell at them, sorry, I was trying to help you. Hit the other imposter. All right.
I'm going to need you to make a deception check
Yeah. Oh, God.
with disadvantage.
With disadvantage. Wasn't that so good? Oh, God. It's a 4.
There are many situations where you might have disadvantage on a skill check. One of them is you just threw a table at somebody.
They don't know who I was aiming at.
I know, that's why it's disadvantage.
Is there a combat table for combat with tables?
There definitely should be. Somebody put that on the guild, please. Okay. So they don't seem to buy it, and they are headed toward you now.
Okay, how far away are they from me?
The baby Bjorn, the magic activates, and Mirabelle disappears into the shadow.
I unstrap the Bjorn and drop her in my shadow.
Yep.
Nice and safe.
Disappears. It just automatically happens when danger comes close.
Oh, I see. Great.
Is it like one of those pneumatic tubes at the banking? It's like,
Yeah. Glad I sprung extra for the automatic safety mechanism.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so
well,
how far are they from me?
They are 15 feet away from you, and they rush toward you, in fact.
How far away is Artemisia from, the soldier attacking Artemisia from me?
Artemisia is basically on the other side of the courtyard from you, which is about 50 feet away from you.
And the soldier is basically like right on top of her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he swung a sword at her and missed.
Okay. So I'm going to use my action to point at that soldier that's attacking her.
Yep.
And what's he wearing?
oh,
What's he wearing?
They are wearing studded leather armor. So
right.
Like metal
brigandine-
studs?
Brigandine sort of thing.
Like metal studs?
It's not considered metallic armor.
Fine. Okay, I'm going to cast Heat Metal and aim it at his greatsword.
Okay.
And
So what's the saving throw that he has to do?
So he does not get any saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when I cast the spell. And then later on, subsequent bad things happen to him.
Okay.
I like that spell of yours.
This is
It's
a
done
note.
good things
Pass
for
it
us.
over. 2d8, huh? Roll 2d8,
This is a
please.
secret. 2d8, okay.
Do
I really
you
wanna know
like
what that
my
secret
role-playing
was.
yes, no?
I really wanted to. 14.
14. Okay.
Burns his hands real good.
It does,
Ow,
and
that's
he drops that sword, definitely.
Oh.
Drops that right onto the ground.
nice.
I goes, yes! Ah! His hands are still smoking. Okay.
Okay. I eat an hors d'oeuvre in victory.
Artemisia's turn.
Okay.
So you have that knight who's right on top of you, swinging the sword at you.
Yes, but then he dropped it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he left it stuck in the
Okay.
table because he had his hands burned off of it. He staggers back. You see that he has two short swords that are crossed at his belt, so he could draw those and attack you with them.
Okay. Well, I just partially to remind myself, I have shield, and that's a reaction,
Correct.
so that may come up. But meanwhile, she's still trying to, be a good citizen, considering she wants to continue to be well respected as a noble in the city. And so she's going next to hold person on
All
that
right.
night, and that's a Wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Okay, here we go. Ooh. All right, so the knight's hands were burned, and then he staggers back, going, sure, and then he kind of reaches for you, one hand going for his sword, and then he goes, and freezes right there.
This is when you get the Sharpie out.
The nobles near you go, give you a little applause.
It's been fun.
And
Good sport.
one of the House Vamos guards in black and gray, with a halberd actually, heads over toward you and was about to swing at the knight, and then he kind of just got held there, and so he reverses his halberd and just whack, hits the guy in the head and knocks him over. He's still held, so he doesn't like slump collapse. He just boom, right over.
Bad day.
Okay, Sturge.
Yes.
So the two Justice Knights that were coming toward you are now heading towards Stong.
And how far from Stong are they?
They are within 15 feet of him,
Okay.
as are you.
And how far away are we from the central mausoleum?
You are about 30 feet from the central mausoleum.
From the edge of it.
From the edge of the railing around it.
Okay. Well,
And there's this big fight going on top of it.
yes.
You hear blades clashing, people shouting.
Are the two are Kalen and Levia on the same side as I am, or am I looking? Are they?
Well, you know who Levia is. Who else are you asking?
I'm sorry, the dark figure with the big black axe,
You mean Shadowbane?
Shadowbane.
Yeah. No, he is on the other side of the mausoleum.
Okay, so
So they're not right next to each other.
right, I couldn't.
You see Levia and Shae fighting on the
Right.
side of the mausoleum.
Okay,
Close to you.
I think what I'll do is I'm gonna turn to one of these knights and say, I am Levia. You know I'm bossy, but did you know I'm funny too? I am. People tell me I'm funny. I'll give you a joke. And he's going to cast hideous laughter with this joke.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Did you hear about the orc boy that swallowed wooden horses? Toy horses? The healer says his condition is stable.
No.
All right.
Can I take damage? Like, can I take damage like from that?
What's the saving throw?
Told you I was funny. 14 is the DC.
And it's a wisdom saving throw?
That's 13, sorry. Yes.
Okay. He's going to have disadvantage because that was really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm
go.
talking about.
Actually does make it. He's like, what are you talking about? You're not funny. And then he stabs at you with the sword.
Am too.
Oh,
Dang it.
All right. So, well, you successfully drew one of the knights back to attack you.
Okay, so wait.
Stand-up's a
I
hard
still
gig,
have my bonus. I still have my bonus
I
action,
guess that's true. Yeah.
with which I will disengage
Yeah. Okay.
and move 30 feet toward the mausoleum.
Okay. So you get up to the railing at
Yeah.
the mausoleum. All right. That Justice Knight, he moves like a thief, like you just did. And he keeps up with you pretty well, actually.
what?
And you look around like, stirred special. No one could follow this. Oh, no. And then he stabs at you
Okay,
with his two swords.
AC 17.
All right. Oh, he hit you both times.
Punk.
How dare he?
Really.
Hey, don't worry,
I am
Sturge.
offended.
Daddy's coming to help you.
Which one hurts more?
The first hit, because you did not expect it, does 8 points of damage. And the second hit does 6 points of damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay, so you take a total of 10 damage.
Thank you.
All right.
Did you just say Daddy is coming to help? Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I
He
heard
did
that.
just
correctly.
say that.
I am a father.
That is
All
true.
right.
Okay.
I
The
thought,
Justice
I thought
Knight-
his dad was
The
Lilton.
Justice Knight coming for Storm
Little kid.
is going to attack him. 14.
You're so
That
many
does not hit.
fathers.
Okay, but the 23 does hit.
Yeah, okay.
So you manage to dodge around one sword, and the other one clips you, and you take 6 points of damage.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
The way I consider damage to work in my games is that you're not really actually taking wounds until your hit points get really low, and then you're wavering on the edge of going down. So that one, like, you twitched out of the way and strained yourself a little bit. Okay. So
the
now
groin muscle.
we're going to go back to the underground. So you have these 4 statues coming toward you.
Dun, 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 dun,
Aiden says,
dun, dun, dun.
"The Helmed Horrors are proof against a lot of magic, so be really careful. I can never remember which defenses they have."
You're a lot of help, Aiden.
I didn't make them. This isn't necromancy.
Why is it every time
Fair enough.
you try to help, we get attacked? I don't understand. All right.
I'm Bishaba cursed.
Bishopagers?
She's the
Bishaba
goddess of
Ding Dong.
misfortune. Okay, Rogar, your turn.
Right.
Aiden's giving you this religious discussion.
Sure. Right. So, I summon my spirit guardians to surround us. So,
Alright.
So I present my holy symbol, and I call forth, Sharundlar, send your guardians to protect us. And these dwarven Valkyries with their beards and their braids flowing in them, and their mighty hammers spectrally appear, circling us, ready to smash the crap out of anything that dares attack us.
Okay.
And if they come within 15 feet, it's a...
Oh, they start within 15 feet.
All right, so it's a wisdom save for them.
Wisdom save. Okay.
How much
here we go.
wisdom does a suit of armor have?
Not a lot.
Oh, good.
What's the DC that they have to get?
My soul is 15.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. First one failed. Second one succeeds. Third one definitely fails. And the fourth one succeeds. So you got 2 of them.
All right.
I mean, they all take damage, just some take more.
All right. So it's 13 is the full damage.
Okay.
And half of that for the...
All right.
So we'll just round up and say 7.
We'll
Right?
just say
We'll round
6.
up?
We'll just say 6.
Oh,
yeah.
fine. Whatever.
All right.
Radiant damage, too, so...
Radiant damage.
Aye.
They are not. They seem to take full normal damage from your attack.
Damn straight. All right.
Okay.
And then, yeah, aye.
Kalith.
So Kalith is going to, well, her sword's already out, so she's just going to start singing her beautiful blade song, which I'm not going to sing because I can't sing, actually. She's going to point her sword at the nearest one, use it to channel a shatter.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay. So I think in this case they have a saving throw against this effect.
Constitution.
Constitution.
We've seen this spell twice, both times against doors.
Oh,
Let's see if armor is as tough as a
Creature
door.
made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw. Oof.
It's actually it's actually a 10-foot spear,
Uh-huh. So
so
you
it's going to
get.
catch multiple.
Oh, awesome.
They're coming from the different corners, so you can really only get one at a time.
Okay.
Unless you wait until they get close enough. You can ready your spell for it to go off when that happens.
Sure, she'll back away as far as she can.
Well, you're kind of backing
Out
toward the
of-
middle because
Oh.
they're coming from all directions.
No, she's just going to try and take one out.
Yeah.
You're just gonna what?
She's just going to try and take one out first.
Okay, great. All right, so that one's gonna make a save. Oh, he's gonna make the save. Okay.
The chat's asking me to sing. You're a blade singer, sing.
And
So it takes half damage. So go ahead and roll the damage.
I don't actually know what a blade song sounds like. So I'm going to have to look that up.
I feel like Kalith is playing by like prison rules. Like you find the biggest, meanest in the field, and you take them down.
So that
Didn't really
was
work in this case.
17.
17.
So half would be 8.
Okay. Cool. Your spell seems to be pretty effective against that thing.
And there is nowhere to run.
Not really. There's a short
Great.
stairway that Cecilia came down. Cecilia is still standing at the entrance to that stairway, but it is blocked off. You don't see any light at the top of the stairway. It's about 10 feet.
Would
Is that not where they came in?
yeah, is
That
that
is where they came in. They
Okay.
fell down those stairs.
Gotcha.
gonna back up to where Cecilia is?
So you're going to back into that little stairway area. Okay.
Yep.
Great. So Kalith
might have been a
blasts
bad
one of
idea.
the things and then comes running past Cecilia. Cecilia, you were standing there at the base of the stairs. There are 4 creatures coming toward Rogar in the middle, who has lit up the chamber with the dwarven Valkyries.
Aye.
And Aiden, who is standing next to him too.
So this is what Cecilia came down to avoid, but she's here. So even though she's feeling a kind of a familiar creeping sensation up the back of her neck, like she really does not want to be here right now, and the smell of the mask and the fact that she cannot get out of here is reminding her of unpleasant memories from her year away. But so she's going to go right now for, she's got enough focus. She's going to go for the Old Reliable and Eldritch Blast and split it between 2 of them.
Okay.
All right. She's kind of out of it. So I have 16 and a 15.
Those will unfortunately both miss.
Okay. She's very shaken.
So
tough.
the Eldritch Blast, what happens is they come at the creatures and then they kind of arc around them as though it's absorbing the magic. This doesn't mean that your Eldritch Blast will never work. This is just how it's missing in this case. and you see that the two that you blasted at, runes appear on their armor that are very familiar to you.
Do I know what they say?
Well, they're Thayan arcane runes.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
It's sliding right now.
So I don't know if you speak or read Thayan languages and script, but you are familiar with the appearance of those runes. Okay. It is Aiden's turn, and Aiden says, necromancers are great in crypts, but not when they're all surrounded by radiant death. And he uses magic, and these two zombies appear, two skeletons pull themselves out of the ground and grab at two of the helmed figures. But the light immediately starts eroding the bones. Ooh. So you get the sense that they're not going to last very long. But they're restraining two of the armored figures.
The light of the spiritual guardians?
Correct.
Question, do these skeletons look particularly like the ones that he's in a habit of pulling out of his bag?
These look very old and withered, like they're old servants or possibly his ancestors.
Whoa, he's summoning his ancestors to just get owned by radiant damage?
He's in his ancestral crypt.
You never did anything for me
He's
when you
a
were alive. The
Vamos!
least you can do.
Oh, man.
Oh my god!
What a brat.
Steven's slow on the uptake here.
I knew he had a Vamos livery on. I didn't know he was a freaking Vamos.
All right, so
Potentially, it's not clear yet.
Yeah, and
one
we don't know this
of
yet.
those helmed creatures
Good thing you're not down there.
comes toward Rogar and is going to lash at him with its sword.
Bring it, you bastard.
So 14 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, so his sword clangs off your armor
Aye.
2 times. Like it's big and it hurt, but it didn't hurt. It didn't actually damage you.
Oh, that's just getting it going.
The other one who can get toward you is going after Aiden because you two ran out of the way.
I bet he's squishy.
He manages to duck away from one of the hits, but then the backswing of the longsword catches him.
You calling him fat?
He's a wizard. He is squishy. Okay, Aiden takes some damage.
I got some shit to work out and some stuff to work out. And
PG-13.
all that are about to feel-
Okay, back up on the surface. So the battle is still unfolding on top of the mausoleum. Ilira's dancing around while Shadowbane is trying to cut her down with this axe. Shae and Levia are locked in combat, and it seems that Levia is maybe more skilled than Shae is, but Shae is very enthusiastic in her defense of Ilira. So we're going to go with Stong first. So there's one Justice Knight coming at you.
Okay, so
And he's
just to
standing there,
recap.
he's got 2 short swords.
Okay, recap: 1 Justice Knight on me, 1 Justice Knight on my buddy Sturge,
Correct.
and then 1 held knight in front of my buddy Artemisia.
Yes. And there are other knights who are fighting Vamos guard around the courtyard. And it's quickly erupting into chaos.
Oh, let's just add to the confusion.
I
So
thought you might say that.
Best thing to
yeah. So how tall is the mausoleum?
It is 15 feet to the top of the dome, and then there's a spire which is another 10 feet. It was
Okay.
that spire upon which Ilira was perched at the beginning of the encounter. And then
Okay.
she leaped down to fight on top of the mausoleum. It looks really slippery and treacherous.
How far up is the bottom of the dome?
10 feet of building, 5 feet of dome, 10 feet of spire.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my plant growth spell, and it's got a 100-foot radius from a center point. So
you fill
it's
the
200
courtyard.
feet diameter for those math whizzes.
And that is, in fact, the size of the courtyard. So.
Yeah, it's the entire courtyard. So what kind of plants are here? Because I'm allowed to sort of like, pick and choose and, choose one of them to...
Well, shrubbery, flowers, trees. Although they look like old and twisted and not too healthy, like the Vamos maybe don't care too much about their greenery.
I'm going to choose
And
something...
it's winter, so.
Is there something that's like like vines?
Oh, there are ivy vines coming down the walls and such.
Okay, I'm gonna choose the ivy vines. I'm gonna use all 200 feet, and I'm gonna raise them as high as I can. The only pathway that I'm going to leave is behind my friends Sturge and Artemisia and myself. I thought about locking myself in with the guard, but
So you're gonna connect. You create like little pathways for just you three to a single point.
Gotcha. Like
Yeah.
a little
Or-
asterisk. Of
yeah. I was actually thinking, escaping backwards because there are balconies along this courtyard,
Yes,
right?
there are balconies and kind of a mezzanine that surrounds the courtyard.
Yeah.
In fact, there are Vamos house guard who are up on that mezzanine with crossbows.
Well, I'm going to try to grow the plants as tall as I can, and hopefully that will cut off their, their vision, their line of sight.
All right. Yes, vines start erupting out of the ground. Terrified nobles start crying out in terror and are trying to fight their way free of the plants, which start encircling them and catching them fast. Plant growth doesn't prevent people from moving, but it makes it moving very difficult.
Do you? I actually don't know this. Do you have to sing to make your magic work because you're a bard, or is your magic just as an invocation? And
I mean, there is a vocal component to it. So, he looks at the little plants. He goes, grow. And he points at the plants like that. And then, the whole courtyard just like, in fact, one vine just like swing, like goes straight up because my charisma is so good.
Okay.
I'm going to get away with whatever Eric lets me get away with.
Well, you do fill up the courtyard with a lot of plants.
How tall are they?
How tall do they grow? So this says 100-foot radius. It could, that's from the center point. That's what it
They are
affects.
currently 5 feet high.
Okay.
I mean, they're not. It's not like a cornfield of 5 foot high vines, but they reach upwards of 5 feet.
Is it difficult terrain or something?
It is extremely difficult terrain.
Okay.
So technically, for every 5 feet that you try to move, you can only move 1 feet.
Whoa!
So it reduces your speed to 20% rather than 50%.
Does one still need to disengage with an opponent who's so encumbered?
It doesn't restrain anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes.
or prevent them from attacking.
Okay.
All right. So you do that. And then it is Artemisia's turn. So these plants start springing up out of the ground all around you, Artemisia. And they immediately surround that Justice Knight, who is unmoving on the ground, and the guard who was standing over him with a halberd. And the guard starts going, huh? What? No! And they are caught in the vines and such. But there's a pathway for you, leading toward Sturge and Stong.
Yes. So who am I to, have any problem with that? I'm going down the path, and hold person is concentration, so she's definitely letting that go. So the dude in the vines can get up if he wants, I guess, but Artemisia's out of there. She's going down the path.
Right. That guy, in point of fact, does not get up. Okay. You find yourself back with your companions. Actually, you come upon Stong first. There is a Justice Knight in the vines near Stong, kind of fighting his way to get out. Are you going to take an action or just move?
Well, I mean, she's gonna ask Stong, do you need any help? Probably not, but do you want some help?
So, Yang Yang would like to say that the plants are 5 feet tall and no one's gonna see if you murder this guard. But Stong says, let's not become criminals, Artemisia. If you can restrain him, let's restrain him. But Yang Yang says EXP and loot.
Okay.
Fair.
Well, I mean, I am afraid that Artemisia would hear Stong instead of Yang Yang and would do a sleep.
Okay.
So.
Fair.
And that is
Pardon me.
these guys
Bless
again.
you.
Thank you. I should really get one more. So that is 28 hit points.
Okay. That guard, who is kind of straining to get out of these vines, suddenly and just falls asleep, suspended in the vines.
It's like a hammock.
It is like a
fist
hammock,
bumping
like
you,
a
not Yang
standing
Yang. Yang goes, Yang is disappointed.
Okay, Sturge. So there's one Justice Knight still standing there next to you.
Is he all tangled up?
He is.
But I still need to disengage if I want to leave him.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm 30. I'm really close to the.
Yeah, you're standing against the fence. The battle is happening just above you.
And so that's 30 feet away. Levia is 30 feet away from me.
It's 10 feet into the edge of the building, and then 20 feet up. Is that what I said? Or did I say 15 feet up?
You said 15.
I said 15 feet up. So it's 10 feet horizontally and 15 feet vertically. But in simplified D&D terms,
It's within my 30.
that
foot
means she's
range.
basically 3 squares away from you, 15 feet.
Yeah.
So there's you, and then there's like a 10 feet of space separating you. If you hop over the edge of the fence, you can get her with a 15-foot spell of some kind, which I'm sure you're going to do, aren't you?
Well, she's how far is she from the edge of the thing? Because if I thorn
She's
whip her,
basically standing at the edge of the thing.
I could thorn whip her and pull her off to the edge.
You could do that.
Because she imitated me. She's an imposter. Imposters must pay.
He's really committed to this bit. Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Question
Okay.
though, does the real Levia know Thorn Whip?
Doesn't matter. She's gonna feel it.
He's not that committed to the bit.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do the thorn whip. Grab her boot. Whoops.
Wow.
That die was sucking anyway.
Hurls his die across the table.
Grab her boot. Pull her off.
All right. Make an attack.
All right.
Should have used the other dice.
You know, it probably caresses her ankle.
Oh.
It is 9.
Thorn tickle.
All right. That does not hit.
Okay.
The thorn whip reaches out, slaps at the edge of the ceiling of the roof, but she is just stepping away just when it would have caught her foot.
Does it look like she noticed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I say, curse you, foul imposter! I'll hit you with a good joke next time.
So Levia glares down at you.
I'm trying to make her as repulsive as possible. My rendition of her. The reason for this is Sturge actually has a bond, or what is it? An ideal? What are they called in here?
Oh, yeah. Like a character ideal?
Yeah,
Like he really believes
and that
in
is
something?
he has a deep loathing for bullies, especially small-minded and self-important bullies. So it's almost like he has a compulsion to torment them or humiliate them if possible. So, this round of his torment and humiliation has not panned out, so he is going to disengage and retreat that 30 feet away and let this fellow struggle with the vines.
Okay. So you see Levia continuing to glare at you as you are retreating away. And she kind of smiles faintly at you.
Uh-oh.
Do not like.
It is at that moment that your instincts go off again. Let's see. 21 to hit you. Does that hit you?
Whoa!
Yes, it does. Of course.
Okay. You catch the business end of a two-handed mace.
Two-handed mace?
Yeah, that's right.
Come from.
From where?
From behind him.
Oh.
Oh, from behind me.
Yeah, like you're moving away. You're looking over your shoulder, like there she is. I hate that woman. Wham!
Yoicks.
It didn't hit you that badly though. You're gonna be okay. So it does 11 points of damage to you.
That's a lot of damage.
Cunning, uncanny dodge.
Sure. And then Levia appears there next to you, and she says, "Stop imitating me!" and swings her mace at you again.
Wait, she threw it.
Again.
No, she's standing next to you.
Wait, what?
Wielding it.
Oh, so it wasn't a throw. She just bamfed next to me.
No,
and smacked
she's
me.
also still standing on the rooftop.
What?
Huh?
I kind of like the idea of her throwing a mace and then like jumping at you as it's
So
arcing. and
there's two of her, or
Catching up.
There's two of
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
She does 8 points
no,
of
there's
damage.
three of her.
There's, yeah,
the second
3.
strike.
Okay.
Weird. Weird.
I say, stop imitating me!
The image of herself still on the roof continues fighting as though it were her.
And she's still in front of me.
Oh, she's still in front of you, and she looks real pissed.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
For those of you who are mechanically curious, clerics with the trickery domain have this power called invoke duplicity. Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's what she used.
She can hit with a melee attack with that?
Well, the real her can.
Oh, so she bamfed and did the duplicity. Got it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's it for up on top. Wait. Okay. The knight who was near Sturge manages to pull himself free of the vines and comes running toward you, and he is going to get an attack on Sturge as well. Those are going to miss though. Unless your AC is 14. Is
Nope.
it 14? Yeah.
Nope.
Those missed. Levia says, "You're not leaving this place."
You're not leaving this place.
The knight says, Levia's not leaving this place? Okay. Which is ironic because her name is Levia. Okay. Back down in the crypt. Caliph. So, the two horrors are still being restrained by the skeletons. The skeletons burn off, but they held the horrors in place for a round.
Is it Rogar? Before Caliph?
Oh yeah, Rogar is before Caliph. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm sure you are.
Rogar.
There's probably just probably looked right over.
That's basically, yeah.
Dealing with
Rogar.
it my whole life.
So your dwarven maidens
Right.
have been burning these horrors and the things that Aiden summoned, but not Aiden, which is real nice of you.
You know, there was that split second, but no. Right. So but they don't take damage until the start of their turn again. So
Right. They did take damage last turn, though.
Okay. Right. So I say, love hurts, love scars, love wounds, hammer heart.
Showed an anime.
My spiritual weapon appears, which is a war hammer, but with the head is in the shape of a giant heart, and I'll send it to whichever of the creatures is closest to me to strike at it, and 25.
Hits.
Nice.
Smack one of the creatures.
Right, I'll smack him good.
And it does force damage?
It does. That's a good question. I'm assuming like bludgeoning.
It
I
is
can double
important.
check.
I'm going to look it up.
All right. It does a total of 8
Artemisia.
damage.
Are our friends gonna die
It
downstairs?
does force damage.
Okay.
What do you think?
Probably.
The hammer strikes the thing, and the thing doesn't even budge. The hammer actually passes right through it
Well,
and hits the wall.
Through it.
I
would
guess
make
you
Aiden
can't
happy.
fall off. That's fine.
Don't make Aiden. We don't want to make Aiden happy.
And Aiden,
How close are these creatures to me at this point?
they're in melee with you at this point. Two of them are in melee with you. Two of them are now walking toward you and are going to arrive on their turn. Unless Aiden stops them again.
So 2 of them are within 5 feet, or all of them are within
2 of
5
them
feet?
are within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
Can you get out of the way?
Can I
Just wondering.
I call them Word of Radiance. Let's see, today's Word of Radiance is, I don't know what. Flugenblocken! And
Yeah.
Light of Shadowbane radiates out to me.
Okay.
And they do a Constitution save.
Here we go. One of them made it,
Well, he's stupid.
and the other one made it as well.
Oh,
They're
what?
both stupid. And
They have intelligence 10. That's not very nice.
is it possible
Very average.
for me to make it to the stairwell, or would I be giving them opportunity
You
attacks
would be
and
giving them
such?
opportunity attacks,
Uh,
which, I mean, they missed you last time. What could go wrong?
right, what could go wrong?
I want our friends to live.
Fine, well, yeah, I'm gonna try and make my way to join my friends in the
Okay.
stairwell. And
They
switch.
are both going to attack you.
Like I said, they're stupid.
One of them misses. The other one hits 22, which I'm pretty sure will hit you.
Aye, that hits.
As long as there's no gelatinous cubes.
That's
Right.
our
History
greatest weakness.
It hits
And
you.
our greatest friend.
It hits
Yeah.
you for 14 damage.
Oh shoot.
Right.
So that sword landed very heavily against the back of your armored
Dent in my
self.
shoulder, I roll forward, come back up on my feet, and
Tactical roll.
that's right.
Yep. Okay, and you get to the stairs.
Aye.
All
You
right.
said 11?
14.
You said 2?
2 plus 12. Cecilia.
So I do have a question.
Yes.
You said that Thayan runes appeared, and while Cecilia is not at all fluent in Thayan runes, she has obviously fought Thayan people.
Yeah, you recognize the style.
And I'm wondering, is this something I recognize that would give me information? Because if, for example, these are normal shock troops of the Red Wizards, it seems likely that I've seen that, and I will know something.
Make an Arcana check with advantage.
Nice.
15.
Okay, these are helmed horrors, which you have seen the Red Wizards employ before. What you know about helmed horrors is that they are very resistant to magic, and that each helmed horror is immune to 3 specific spells when created. And you also know that helmed horrors tend to be immune to force magic.
Okay.
So, like, the spiritual weapon wouldn't do anything to it,
Which,
which you already learned.
object lesson.
And
So-
that these are definitely created by Thayan wizards, maybe purchased by House Vamos to be guardians.
Makes sense. Okay, so Cecilia, having fought Thayan forces in the Feywild and the Utter East, is having a hard time here because this is real familiar, and like her whole body in this moment is telling her she has to do something right now. And so she's going to step in front of Calith to protect Calith. This is going to make me choke up. And without really thinking this through, she is going to witch bolt the hell out of the one that just attacked Rogar.
Okay.
So hopefully all of that, me getting choked up, is going to actually have some effect, because otherwise it's going to be a real letdown.
Advantage.
Yes, you do have advantage.
Okay, so that is a 23.
That hits.
Max
Okay.
damage.
A lot of damage, at least. So that's 28. Like,
Whoa.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And
color?
she just makes this kind of inarticulate scream. It's like a bright white, silvery white, the kind of the color of Jiggle Wolf's fur, I think.
Yes,
So
embrace
this
Where I
it.
forget,
massive-
I don't think in this moment Cecilia is thinking about Jiggle Wolf. She is thinking she has to protect Calith. She has to protect Rogar, and Rogar is too far away to protect, and she doesn't know what to do about that. But she has to hit that helm horror right now.
Massive storm of silver lightning erupts out of you, crashes into one of the creatures, blows it backward, and it shatters against the opposite wall. You have smited that
Does
creature.
not calm Cecilia down, and all she can smell is the wood, and she's pretty sure she can smell like the bone claws and the undead that they send, and they're not in here, but it is really freaking her out a little bit.
Someone is screaming. You think it might be you. You're not really sure.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter in this moment.
So as the lightning kind of courses around your hands, dissipating from the discharge of your spell, you see that it illumines the shadows, and your wolf is standing right next to you, like pointed at the thing, very straight, and like with you.
Okay.
You are not alone. Okay. The creatures get to go. So you destroyed one of them with this amazing burst of lightning. The one nearest to you heads toward Rogar because he is kind of, all right. First Aiden goes. Aiden conjures more undead creatures, like skeletal hands come out of the walls and floor to hold back these things. And he goes like this. Uh-oh. Where's my brooch? And then he scampers back toward the group by the stairs. And the one that is closest can't do a reaction to attack him, so he was able to get past. And that one comes toward Rogar. So it is going to swing at Rogar again.
And did they take damage from the spirit guardians at the start of their turn?
Oh, yes. I am continuing to mark that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. He's going to swing his sword in his two hands. I say he, but it's really a statue of armor. So they are going to swing their sword at you, their two hands. Okay, and he's going to hit you one time. Sword comes arcing around, bounces off your armor, and then on the backswing catches you in a soft spot on your arm. It does. Sorry, I rolled the wrong die.
Have you seen Rogar's guns? There's no sauce.
It does 10 points of damage to you.
10 points.
10 points of damage.
Oh, Rogar, don't die. We
No
can't
soft spots. Ow!
we can't afford new character art. Stay alive.
Oh,
No metagaming. All right.
wow, I didn't know you cared.
Okay. And
I'm really not liking these things.
it is at this harrowing moment, with the battle unfolding up above and the battle unfolding down below, that you hear a loud clang of steel. And Sturge, you see an object come scything toward. Yeah, Kayla, in a second.
Okay.
Sturge, you see an object come scything toward you, and you dodge out of the way, and this black axe just sinks into the ground at your feet. And you realize that Shadowbane got disarmed up there.
Ooh.
Levia looks at it, looks at the knight. They share a nod, and then Levia misty steps away, leaving you with just the knight. Caliph.
Wait, with the knight or
With the
axe?
knight. You're just there with the knight who pulled
Knight.
for
Oh,
you.
right. Gotcha.
The
Side note.
Knigget.
Side note, take the axe.
Yeah.
Take the axe.
Yeah, that's right.
Caliph.
Take it. It's ours
So
now.
I think I skipped you in that round
It's
because I messed up
probably
the initiative,
possessed
right?
or something.
I think so, yeah.
Give it
Yes.
to me.
So, what did you want to do? There are two horrors that are kind of near each other, being held back by the undead claws, and there's one almost blocking the doorway.
And I'm
Rogar is standing there valiantly, and
I stepped
Cecilia.
fully in front of you
Yeah, Cecilia is standing in front of you.
for your own safety.
Can I get a hand around Cecilia?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
So, okay, first, is Cecilia still screaming?
Oh yeah, Cecilia is screaming this kind of primal rage and terror and
Rage.
Um,
like a lot of rage.
Kayla's not very perceptive, but she kind of picks up on that. She's gonna, first she's just gonna drape her wings around you, try and comfort you a little more. It's like, it's okay. We got you. Or I got you anyways. And then point her sword over your shoulder and try and shatter the one that just attacked Rogar.
Okay. Oh, disadvantage on the saving throw. No, it fails.
Sweet. Let's do this.
Yep.
Let's maybe do this. 13.
13 damage. Okay.
Respectable.
Man, that's real sweet. Real sweet scene.
Okay.
I wish I was down there.
The thing, you see cracks spreading through its armor, but it's still moving. All right.
That break
Keeping an eye on the time. Yeah, I think we're going to take a little break now that we're at this cliffhanger moment. The tide could turn either direction, and we'll see how the battle unfolds, how everything goes for them when we come back in about 10 minutes. I think I'm going to answer questions again. We decided to do that at the end of the break, so I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes, and everyone else about 10. So stay tuned, and I'll be taking your questions or just talking about random stuff in just a couple minutes. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back. I'm going to field some questions while everyone is taking their break about the game. It's a very harrowing, emotional game. Several of us have gotten a little very, very into it. So we need to rest and recharge because as awesome and super heroic as our characters are, we are simply human people. So some of you have expressed concerns about Erin, and I think she's okay. She's just taking a minute. And we all need to take a minute and take it easy on ourselves sometimes when we get really, really charged up. She's had a long day. We've all had some difficulties lately, and I hope she's okay. I've been messaging her too. So if you see me look down at my phone, that's probably what I'm doing. So anyway, let me grab some questions while we're here. Somebody was asking me earlier today about Westgate, and I see that several of the questions are similar to what you were asking me about before. So if it's you, thank you for coming to watch the stream. I'm glad that you took a chance on our campaign, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. The question is, why is Westgate called the Gateway to the West? It's thematic. When Ed Greenwood first built the realms, there was this large stretch of area kind of to the west of all of the stuff that was going on, to the west of Cormyr and Sembia and the Moonsea and the Dale Lands. And that area was the savage frontier. So the Gateway to the West is kind of moving from the civilized area of the realms, a central part of Faerun, to that more frontier-like area. That's how I think of it. The nickname originally came to the city based on its prominence as a port city on the Sea of Fallen Stars. It's the farthest west major port city that you'll find on the inner sea. So that's why it's called that. Further extrapolation of that question is, what are these travelers that we're talking about who need to go through this gateway to the west? I think that's what you're asking about. And the thing is, the economics of the Forgotten Realms necessitate caravans and travel all over the place at all times. Trade is constantly flowing along the trade routes and over the seas and over the land. And Westgate is a major trading outpost, and that is part of why it is so powerful economically as it is. All right, next question. How do you plan to level up XP or milestone? Well, if you have seen me online, I can never not talk about how you should use milestones in your game. XP is this granular, arbitrary, difficult bookkeeping process that I moved beyond that several years ago, and basically all my games are milestones. So that's how we plan to do it here. They're going to go up a level at the end of this session. I figure every time we do kind of an arc in the campaign, that's about the right time for them to go up a level. So they'll become level 6 at the end of this session, and then 3 or 4 sessions, and they'll be level 7. All right. Where, how, when can I get that sweet Jiggle Jiggle Bounce shirt? Well, Randy's not in the room anymore. Randy did that all himself, and so he should get full credit for that. I don't know exactly where he got that or how you can get that, but he's going to come model it in just a second. So I don't know what he's doing behind my head. I trust Randy, though.
He's jiggle bouncing.
He's jiggle bouncing. So yeah, we have discussed merch and Randy is always pushing us forward on that front. So stay tuned to our website. Keep watching the stream. The more people are interested in this, the sooner it comes. I mean, just people talked about it last time, and Randy's got the shirt this time. So think of that progress that we're all making. It was suggested to me, and Shae, our moderator, is going to maybe field some more questions as I go. But it was suggested to me that maybe I should talk about the Ch04, what the Ch04 are. We've talked a little bit about that in the game. They are a different human group.
Incoming. Spikes are flying.
Oh my gosh! All right, they're a different human group that has that comes from the eastern part of the continent of Faerun, from the lands of Ch04 and the surrounding areas. They're kind of Forgotten Realms Asian cultures, but that's not really a one-for-one comparison. Ed Greenwood did not create the setting to be a one-to-one comparison to our world. What's significant about the Ch04 is that they are different from the people of the Dragon Coast, and when they settled there, it has led to a certain amount of ethnic tension in the region. But it's been over a century since the Ch04 started settling in Westgate, so the younger generations tend to be very forward-thinking about how various humans get along, and it's mostly in the older-blooded and big-money merchant houses that being a Ch04 person is somehow lesser than being a long-standing native of Westgate. That's an intentional ethnic tension that I'm putting into the game, but because it's a thing that humans deal with in our world as well, and I like to have some of that similarity in our game. Anyway, the Ch04 are really great. You will learn more about the Ch04 in subsequent arcs. This arc has mostly been about meeting these characters, seeing how they act under difficult circumstances, and seeing them rise to the occasion, and occasionally blast animated suits of armor to death with a massive lightning, which was amazing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all resolves, and I'm thankful to you for coming with us on this journey. So if there are no other questions, I think we're probably good to start again. Is everybody good? You need another minute?
Good.
We good?
Check.
Dodger.
All right. Well, here we are, back again for the second part of Scorned. The fighting has gone quite well and dangerously for many folk involved. The battle in the crypt has been harrowing and fiery and electrical. And at this point, the Helmed Horrors, the last two that are still up, are coming toward Rogar, but you can see that the suits of armor are starting to deteriorate dramatically in that glow, and they just basically fall apart just before they get to you. So you stand there panting in the crypt with the broken, burned pieces of armor all around you.
Oh, good job. Yeah.
And the Valkyries still singing,
Valkyries.
still flowing around from place to place on wings of power and magic.
I touch
And
my
so
holy
Celia
symbol.
is still standing there,
Thank you, Sharindlar.
fully charged up with her power.
Yeah.
Stroke her hair with a wing. What the hell?
Still in battle mode.
Cecilia's still got her game face on, which is to say the mask, which hides her face.
Can you fly her out of the crypt, Kayla?
You see the little trapdoor we came in? It's closed. There's nowhere to fly to.
Convenient.
Besides, I had a dwarf that was sitting on my wing just a few minutes ago.
Ooh, yeah, he's a heavy one.
So Aiden stands up and he says, "Oh, well, if I had my brooch, I could maybe have repelled them, but we didn't need it. It could work team." No? Okay.
Why would
I'm
you have
sorry.
a brooch that would deflect? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to clarify something because I sat down and totally forgot to put my mic on. So as I was fixing my mic, did all of the helm horrors just get defeated?
Basically.
Okay, just wanted to check.
They just kind of unraveled in the light of the Valkyries.
Okay.
Aye. So, why would you have a badge that would stop them? Is it a necromancy badge?
No,
or
I'm
something?
a scion of House Vamos. We bought these to secure our crypt.
Oh,
I'm definitely,
good for you.
Cecilia is going to whip towards Aiden, still in full mode, and again push Caliph back.
He's like, I didn't do it.
Oh, is that a bad thing?
She's having trouble catching her breath.
I'm not surprised if it is, but
So the wolf kind of stands next to Cecilia, also looking at Aiden, and goes,
We have to go. We have to go.
Out.
Yes, not here. We have,
Aiden's like, me? What do you want me to do? Oh, you want me to get us out of here?
Get us out of here.
Oh, okay. I'm on it.
The
Can I have my
expendables go
brooch
up
back?
first.
So it's the brooch that does this?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never been trapped in the crypt before.
Kayla's gonna try and open it with the brooch.
Okay.
She doesn't want to give it back to
So,
Aiden just yet.
so Caliph, you go up to the. It just feels like a flat stone door.
Is there no
You
way to...
tap the brooch on it. And Aiden's like, careful. Ah! And he goes, maybe that doesn't do it. Maybe.
Fine.
Wait,
Here.
there's some kind of puzzle. I remember this now. There's some kind of
Cecilia's gonna witch bolt it in a second.
Yeah, Kayla's losing her patience. She's just gonna shatter.
on the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage, please. And it takes double damage because it's just a stone.
you will shelter. You will shelter.
30.
Ugh.
So you tear a big divot in the door and rock falls down all around you, but you haven't blown it open. And now your ears hurt, and you're like, except for Cecilia, who is unmoved by that blast.
Do I have one more shatter?
Aiden's like, please don't do that again.
She's not going to listen to Aiden.
Rogar, the body that you came to investigate is still there. It's lying on the bar. It doesn't appear to have been disturbed by anything that happened.
I grab Aiden and I say, you have a job to do, son.
Oh, okay. So he hauls Aiden off by the scruff of his neck, leaving you two to deal with the door. So you want to try and shatter again.
Maybe take a less forceful approach.
Okay.
She's going to look if there's anywhere where she's supposed to put the brooch or activate some sort of mechanism.
Now you try to solve the puzzle.
You could put it in the divot.
that hasn't been totally blown up.
Well, it appears that down in the crypt itself, which is still lit up by the circling Valkyries, because you haven't dispelled that spell, there are numerous statues and low relief carvings that appear to have spaces where you could, in theory, put the brooch.
All right. Does that do the trick?
Oh, you're going to pick one at random. There are 6.
There are 6.
Yeah.
Are they spaced in any particular way?
All right, so you're going to start investigating it.
Yes.
Okay, Rogar, you drag Aiden over to the body.
I'll say, make him talk.
Aiden says, "Oh yeah, that's Ven Vamos." So the body that's lying there just looks quite normal, except that there is that black mark on the forehead.
Aye.
And he goes, "Oh, okay." And he starts casting a spell and intoning these deep, resonant words, and like a wind that you can't really feel sweeps up around him, ruffles his hair, makes him look a little bit more like Aiden.
I'm holding onto my holy symbol. I'm ready for
And
more
then
shadow crap.
nothing happens.
Right?
And
When does
Aiden
it start
goes-
talking?
That's weird. Usually they sit up and they start talking. Let me cast it again. Oh. Okay, so you're still investigating. Roll an investigation check.
I use my inspiration.
Okay.
Oh.
I wasn't terribly inspired.
Second time was a 2.
Oh no.
Well, you see a number of carvings. They look like some kind of family history, but you don't see any particular connections. Do you want to take a look at it?
Cecilia right now is probably not in the best place to look for it because she knows when you take out the undead horrors, you need to get the heck out of there because reinforcements are coming. Even though she knows she's not there, she has this extreme compulsion that she needs to get out of here. So if Cecilia's going to do something, she's going to witch bolt the door. Has anyone told Cecilia not to witch bolt the door?
No one.
I don't
has
think
said
anyone's
anything.
mentioned it.
Cecilia's
Do
going
it.
to witch bolt the door.
Yes.
Cecilia did not witch bolt the door.
Okay.
That was
she
a
did-
12.
What'd she
So
witch
this
bolt?
bolt of silver lightning emerges from Cecilia's hand, hits the door, bounces off the door, bounces off the ceiling, over Cecilia's head, bounces down into the crypt, hits Aiden.
Yes. Just as good.
Silver lining.
You
She
do
is shaking with the adrenaline come down.
you do secondary damage. So go ahead and roll the secondary damage.
Oh, just for the record, the
Max
first
dice.
investigation check Kaelith rolled was a 16.
Okay.
That is a 9.
Poor
9.
Aiden.
all right.
Nine
Nobody
damage.
likes Aiden, not even the
It's a little
DM.
gentle.
Well, that does blast him off his feet. And he's like he just finished casting his spell again, and this blast hit him and it knocks him into the wall. And he's like, something happened that time. Something happened that time. What? Did it work? Rogar, you look back to the corpse and you realize that the corpse has moved slightly.
Oh.
It seems to be responding.
And then it reaches up suddenly and grabs your neck. And its eyes burst open, and they're like these liquid black eyes.
Wait, what?
That was like a
And
Frankenstein.
it opens up its mouth wide, and you see these growing fangs.
But I got pickles in my pocket.
Alright, so
Back up on the surface.
Nice cliffhanger.
Sturge, you are fencing with this Knight of Justice. And he's a pretty good swordsman. You're a very good swordsman as well, but he's giving you a run for your money.
And do I have initiative? Do I go first?
Yes.
Okay. Drat. Is it possible I can, I want to fairy fire him. Is Levia within 20 feet of me, up above?
No.
Nah.
You have run part of the way back away from the mausoleum.
Okay, so where
You
does
have a good view of that fight, actually.
I know.
And you see that, and I'll just describe this. You see that Kalen, who was without an axe, is now dodging around the sword strikes. And you think, clearly he's about to lose. When he puts up his hand and a blazing silver fire sword appears in it, it looks identical to the sword that Redagast was carrying, except that the fire is kind of silvery rather than white.
It's not like a short sword.
It's a bastard sword.
Okay.
And he swings that around, and Ilira leaps backward, off balance, and appears to fall off the mausoleum on the other side. What do you do?
All right. Are they within 60 feet of me?
Yeah.
Shadowbane and Levia.
Yeah, the mausoleum is within 60 feet of you.
And is Shae on the far side of them, like retreating?
Shae is kind of toward the middle, and when Ilira gets knocked off the mausoleum, she cries out in panic. She is there, you can see her, and Levia is swinging around her mace at her.
Okay. So there's are Shadowbane and Levia closer together? Then what I want to do is hit Fairy Fire, but I don't want to hit Shae.
You are gonna hit Shae if you try and hit anyone on the mausoleum.
But she's very dexterous, right?
True, they're all pretty dexterous.
Yeah. Okay.
Shae is probably the most dexterous of that group, other than Ilira, who got knocked off.
The
I'm
dexterous one got
guessing-
knocked off.
I'm guessing
Yes.
that she is going to try to dodge off and follow Ilira.
So you're gonna try Fairy Fire?
I want to kind of wait for her to.
So you're going to ready an action for when Shae is not in the range of the fairy fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So now, but I also need to deal with this dude.
Meanwhile, you're trying to dodge this guy attacking you.
I'll go in defensive mode.
Those are 2 standard actions. You can't do
Can't
both.
do that. But if I disengage, can I get through?
You can disengage and move away from him. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't. I don't want to move out of range of them. Obviously.
Okay. Stong and Artemisia. So you see this fight unfolding on the mausoleum. You see Sturge fighting with the knight. Your plant growth spell has really put a damper on all that fighting in the courtyard. There are numerous people just hacking at the plants and
those poor plants.
slowly making their way toward the exits. Nobles who are covered in mud and pieces of vine are crawling out of the courtyard.
Oh, I love this.
But at least they're not dead, right?
It's true.
Spoiled the party, dude.
That's what I do best. So, am I going before Artemisia, or?
I think so.
You can go in either order.
I think I will hold my action until after you go.
Okay.
Because I think you have more versatile spells.
Now, Sturge still looks like Levia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Artemisia has
Levia
been...
fighting with a rapier, which is a little weird.
Okay. Artemisia has
Do
been,
we know that though?
yeah, distracted enough. She's going to ask Stong. Which one is Sturge? Or wherever the other one is, she'll point to her.
I'm going to try to use my wonderful insight to figure out which one's one of my
Awesome.
best friends.
Awesome.
That's a 3.
No idea.
I rolled a 1.
In fact, you are pretty sure they are both Sturge.
Yeah, according to my mathematical calculations, both of their noses seem to be exactly the same length, so I'm not sure which one's our friend Sturge. We're just gonna have to take out both of them just to be safe.
Fair enough. That seems like good logic.
Oh, man.
You want me to roll percentage to see which one you target first? Because I will.
I mean, I'm assuming we're like sleeping them or something, you know, not like killing them.
Well, I
Part of me
mean,
is just like lightning bolt.
well, she's reaching the point of like using her heavier hitter spells. So we have dude she doesn't know fighting one of the Levias, right? And then
There's a foot soldier knight fighting one of the Levios.
oh, okay,
And then there's the battle going on top of the mausoleum.
okay.
Oh,
So she's probably going to spend her spells up on top of the mausoleum.
Okay.
a little clearer, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So who is Ilira currently?
you don't see Ilira. She's fallen off the other side of the mausoleum.
Okay. Is Shae still up there?
Yes?
Okay. Who's Shae?
Levia.
Currently.
Levia is attacking Shae.
Okay.
The
So
two-handed mace Levia, not the rapier Levia.
Right. If that makes a difference.
well, I mean, I feel like, is there something I should roll that Artemisia might put that together?
Roll an inside check.
Okay. 8.
You know, you've never seen Sturge use a two-handed mace, but you would not put it past him. He is real committed to a bit.
We don't know our friends at all.
This
Well,
is
I
the
mean-
dark side of illusion.
Okay.
And when your
so
illusion is too good.
Both like, duh.
if Sturge is going so far into his part that I can't tell, it's kind of his own fault if I happen
Fair enough.
to lightning bolt him.
Roll
Right.
the die, and high you hit Levia, and low you hit Sturge.
Ooh.
So up to 10 you hit Sturge, and
I like
above you
it.
hit
Let's
Levia.
do it.
Aim for, oh, I'm so sorry. I suggested this.
Great. Sturge, dexterity save.
Wait,
Okay.
So is this sleep or is it more like eternal sleep sort of thing?
This is a lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. I'm not,
15.
Eternal sleep.
I don't think 15 is going to do it. I think
You
her
have to roll
charisma
to
is
hit
too
that.
high.
Huh? Doesn't he get a dex save? Oh, that's his dex save.
That is his dex save, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's your
15.
oh, Sturge,
15.
I'm so sorry.
So her
Oh,
DC
it's
is a
15?
Yeah, he rolled a 15.
It is kind
I
of.
thought your charisma was 20.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Well,
just a
then your
modifier.
dex save should be 16.
No, you got that wrong. I'm sure you got
whatever
that
you guys
wrong.
tell me about the numbers on my character sheet, I
Well, your
believe
proficiency
you.
modifier would be 3, and your ability modifier would be 5, so 8 plus 8 is 16.
Okay. I probably didn't update it last time
That
I
tracks.
leveled.
But you do hit the knight too, like real hard. Let's go ahead and roll.
Okay. I was just looking up the number of
My
dice.
Sturge.
Okay. I
Do you need some friends?
yes.
We'll have a TPK once every 4 episodes. I mean,
Self-inflicted
Then what are we
TPK.
even doing?
yeah, really.
I mean, his
There
nose.
are some ones in here.
His nose is like a lightning rod.
22.
Evasion.
Do you have evasion?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't make your save.
Uncanny dodge.
You can't uncanny dodge a spell.
It's my reaction.
You can uncanny dodge an attack. You
That's.
can't, I don't
yeah.
think you can uncanny dodge
Isn't that a spell
can
attack?
you? No.
Are
you gonna make me look
pretty
this up,
sure.
are you?
Pretty
Alright.
sure I can.
Well, your
That's
lightning bolt.
blurry.
Your lightning bolt blasts the knight. The knight goes flying into the vines that he just escaped, and does not rise again. Sturge.
Do we smell cooking meat?
Uncanny dodge. When an attacker you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you. Lightning bolt's not technically an attack. It's just a spell. So you take 22 lightning damage.
Do we
Yeah.
smell cooking meat?
That's pretty much gonna knock him out.
All right, Sturge goes down.
Artemis is sorry.
Our art budget.
Are you actually down, or are you just really hurt?
No, that's like negative.
Okay, Sturge goes down.
Oh, our friend.
PG-13 film goes up.
His spell does end at that point, and you see the smoking, shuddering Sturge on the ground.
It's gonna change your relationship forever.
It might. It
On the
might.
plus
Okay.
side,
I mean, I
now
never
you
get
know
hit by
the one on
smoke
the
rats.
roof is good to attack.
True.
No
Yeah,
holding
that's
back.
true.
Levia, the real Levia, slams her mace into Shae's middle, and Shae vibrates and goes sailing off the roof.
Okay. Is it my turn after that? Because I was holding my action for after Artemisia.
Yes.
Okay.
Now Sturge's spell would ironically have gone off.
Oh, crud.
like-
Oh,
So how far away is Sturge from me?
about 25, 30 feet.
25, 30 feet? Oh.
But you have that little
Through
hallway among the plants.
Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, I'm so glad I built in that hallway.
You did.
It's like I planned for this. Okay, I guess I'm gonna. I see my friend Sturge suddenly appear from the shattered image of Levia, and in my mind, he flops down backwards, his nose stuck up in the air, and this little puff of smoke just like comes up from his nose. Yeah, and I see his eyes like roll into the back of his head, and something in Stong breaks. And he's never seen his friend, who's always like running away and hiding so well, hurt so badly. So he's gonna like run towards him like a Baywatch lifeguard.
all over,
Yes.
Hair
And then
flowing.
hair flowing.
yeah, my hair flowing in the wind. And then I'm gonna slide down next to him and touch him on his head. No, I'm gonna grab his nose.
Yeah.
Definitely grab his
Of
nose.
course you are.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say,
You know it's been cold lately. Very cold.
his nose feels cold.
I hope
Pallor of death in his nose.
I hope it like tingles a little bit, like when you grab one of those
It
like
does.
electric shocker
Like
things.
there's still electricity coursing through him.
So I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds using I might as well just use a rank 3 spell slot. And when I do that, so that's 3d8 plus my spell casting modifier, which is -1. So I better not roll 3 ones. Okay. So that's a 3, a 2, and a 3. So it's going to be 8 minus 1. So you gain 7 hit points. Does that bring you back to life, buddy?
Oh,
Did I do
yeah,
it?
oh yeah. Oh, Stong.
I let go of his nose.
Did that like his sinuses?
That hurt.
Yeah. I have his like crap all over my hand. I'm like, ugh. Welcome back.
Hey, is Shae still up there?
She just got knocked down.
Oh, because oh, never mind.
Things aren't looking so good for Ilira's side.
Shit. He gets up. Do I have an action? No.
Sorry. In fact,
I was gonna
since
take
you
that
had
for as far as I
readied
could.
the spell, you cast the spell, and then you're waiting to finish the spell, and then you got knocked unconscious, so you will have fizzled that spell.
Like, lost the spell slot.
Right.
Okay.
You can take a
Very
moan
sad.
or a groan.
Okay. In point of fact, you do see Ilira. She has leaped up on one of the other walls of the courtyard, and she is obviously injured. And you see that she has appeared out of the shadows holding Shae on her shoulder, and they are both injured. And Levia and Shadowbane both look up at them, and he holds out a hand to stop Levia, and she screams and projects a blast of light up at them. So they start disappearing into the shadows, and the blast of light hits the shadows. Okay, down in the crypt again. So the vampire is now holding Rogar by the neck,
Hey.
while Cecilia and Calith and a very woozy Aiden look on. And
Eating popcorn. They're just hanging it.
Rogar, you actually go first. So what are you gonna do?
He grabs me, so I do that and guiding bolt
Okay.
to
Cool.
his
Cool.
Right
face.
into his face.
I'm gonna say with your point blank you would have advantage, but you're also in melee, so it's disadvantage. So it's just a wash. So go ahead and roll.
18.
Yeah, you hit him.
Oh, good.
So this radiant blast hits the vampire square in the face.
Aye.
Face which was coming toward your neck.
Aye. And 16 points. His eyes shoots out of his eyes and his mouth. I said, feel the light of Sharinda, you bastard.
In my notes, this is VVV for Vampire Ven Vamos.
Excellent.
All right. Yeah, you blast him, and he goes, ah! He will consume you. He will consume you all.
Oh, he's trying to warn us. He's a friendly vampire.
Kayla's turn.
Uh-oh.
Aiden, was he always like this?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You don't seem like you were close with your family.
My head really hurts right now.
It's not an answer.
And then Kaylin throws up and passes out.
You mean Aiden?
Aiden, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Aiden. Aiden.
Too many ends.
Too many ends. Okay. Aiden, get out of this fight. Okay. What do you do?
How hurt does the vampire look?
Somewhat. Burned. His face is on fire. Radiant, divine fire.
Burned. Is there a way to hit the vampire but not Rogar? With
It depends what kind of spell you cast.
just a simple
Burning
color
hands?
flame. Yeah.
No. Magic missile, yes. Burning hands, no.
Caliph, not no magic missile.
Ah, I see.
Well, she uses
Burning
her sword,
hand.
though. It's more targeted, right?
Burning hands, it is, huh?
Well, let's try this. How about Caliph? Are they within 10 feet?
Yes.
Or so? Caliph's gonna try and lightning lure.
Okay,
And then
sure.
pull it towards her.
Make an attack. Or, well, go ahead and roll.
Lightning lure.
Lightning lure.
Lightning crashes.
So she swings around her sword, producing this kind of whip of lightning, and then tries to wrap it around the vampire.
So that is a strength save.
Oh, it's a strength saving throw from the vampire.
Yep.
Okay. Unfortunately, he did succeed. I think you have to roll to hit him, though, and then he has the save if you hit him.
Great. Okay.
I seem to recall. I don't know.
That is.
Oh, yeah.
That's a natural 20.
Wow. All right.
Nice.
So you hit him.
Kill the friendly vampire.
You do double damage with your lightning lure.
That is. It's gonna try and pull it 10 feet towards me.
Okay. Well, he resists your pull, but you do damage to him with the spell.
2.
You get to roll it twice because you rolled a crit.
9.
9. Awesome. Okay.
Is he still like lassoed a little?
Yes,
in any way?
the lightning lure is still kind of lassoed onto him, but he's too strong. He's holding onto Rogar. Rogar's pretty heavy in all that armor.
Is it like wrapped around his neck?
It's wrapped around one of his legs.
Oh, okay.
Well, you did roll a crit. It's wrapped around his neck.
All right, I'm holding it back from Rogar's
And he's
neck.
choking, but he doesn't breathe, so. Cecilia.
Cecilia hears this ruckus and turns around and sees the vampire, and that cannot stand. This is also a thing that has to be dealt with right this second.
No.
And she's unfortunately out of, fortunately for everybody probably, she's out of witch bolts. But she is going to go ahead and use Chill Touch.
Oh, okay.
And not
Oh,
roll
good
great.
call.
Sorry, that's 13.
Okay. That will hit the vampire
Handy. Okay.
in this
sorry.
case. Yeah.
Sorry, this is the one that I have that uses D8. So,
Rogard wants to
I
shout
got a
something,
pile
but
of them
I
if
don't
you
know
need
when
more.
he can have the opportunity
so that
to do
is, it is 6, and because he is undead, he's undead, correct?
Yep.
He has
Very much so.
disadvantage until on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
Okay. Yeah. So he's just kind of like startled and put off and scared a little bit in a way that only undead can be. Okay.
Her hands are cold.
As this fight is going on, the shadows part and Shae appears in the crypt, bleeding from the mouth and nose, and obviously very, very hurt. And she goes, "Oh," and leans heavily against one of the beers. I was hoping for help.
Sit there with Aiden real quick. Let us take care of this.
Okay. And she kind of slumps down next to Aiden.
Real quick, before anything else, Caleb is going to shout at the vampires, like, "Who's going to devour us?" Oh. Well, that might have been a mistake.
So you whip your whip away, freeing up his voice.
charades.
maybe not whip it away, but like ease off a little.
All right, sure. I'm trying to describe things dramatically, but Caleb is much more conservative than that. Okay, you free up the vampire, and he says, "Vengeance, he will devour you all." So, up above, you see Shadowbane and Levia both standing on top of the mausoleum, victorious, but obviously very drained and beat up. And you hear this loud, cold, mocking laughter that seems to resonate around the courtyard.
So this is the three of us?
So
three of
we're
you.
up above again?
Yeah,
Okay.
up above again.
Did you do your hideous laughter again?
Okay, so I have a really low initiative, so I'm not able to act.
Right. I'm just describing what's
Okay.
going on, but you were asking me a question, which is why I paused.
Okay, sorry.
So
Okay.
do I get to go first?
Well, okay. So you hear this mocking laughter, and then a voice says, "Oh, you fools. You've done exactly what I wanted, and now I can have my revenge." And you see this man. There is a convenient lighting flash. You see a man standing at the top of one of the walls in a black, tattered cloak with an arm wrapped in what looks like bandages. And he has this faint, bright streak of face under his mask, which looks like, now that you have a good look at it, a night mask. And
Also, like to get better sleep.
Sturge, yes, exactly. Sturge, you have this shock of recognition that that's exactly the figure that you saw attacking Lady Kiko.
So we recognize what a night mask is, but maybe you want to...
So the night
remind the
masks are the thieves guild that rules the Westgate underworld, and they have not been on stage yet so far in this adventure, but they were working behind the scenes, and now they're making their master move. So Levia and Shadowbane turn toward him, and the sword in Shadowbane's hand suddenly disappears and reappears in the Night Mask's hand. And the silvery fire turns into black fire.
Whoa.
And then he leaps toward them.
Is there some sort of Arcana check or something so I could figure
Sure,
out
you
what's
can make
going
an
on?
Arcana check. You bard who
right.
knows everything.
I do. Well, if I roll well enough. Does 14 tell me anything?
You're not sure what that is that could be doing that. You know, Eldritch Knights can summon swords like that, and if they are attuned to them. But you saw Kaelin do that, or
Yeah.
Shadowbane do that, and now you've seen this guy do that with the same sword.
Yeah, that's the confusing
That's
part.
the thing that's confusing to you. Anyway, Stung, what action do you want to take?
So I look at Kaelin's face. Does he seem?
Well, he's wearing a helmet, so
Does his posture suggest to me like surprise, or is he like happy to see this potential ally of his?
oh no, no. No, he looks
Okay.
weary and beaten up, and like, oh no. And also, I have no weapon. You see his black axe stuck in the ground next to you.
Oh, I
saying.
see.
How convenient.
Yoink, it's mine now. Thanks, Kaelin.
You came to bury the hatchet.
Yeah.
Big hatchet.
Aye.
I feel like, I mean, that would make sense. I also kind of want to like restrict the movement of this new player in the game. You said he appeared on top of the wall in the distance.
Yes. And now he's leaping toward the mausoleum.
Oh, leap? Whoa,
Sort
leaping.
of flying.
Oh, leaping, flying.
Leap.
How far
controlled
away?
falling.
Controlled falling. How far away is he from me?
He is 65 feet away from you.
Oh, 65 feet. Can I just throw Kaelin's axe at him while he's in the air?
Oh, dang.
Okay. I'm gonna spin on both hands.
Oh man. All right, this
Grab the
axe is not
axe.
made for throwing, so you're gonna have disadvantage.
All right.
But you are very strong, so
Oh, too bad I can't inspire myself. Okay.
you got this.
Yeah.
Eye of the Jigawolf.
That's right.
Okay, so that's 10 plus.
18.
Yeah, my attack bonus would be an 8 total. So that would be 18.
18. Wow. All right. So yes, the axe goes true to target, and it does clip him in the shoulder, knocking him spiraling. And then he does land on the mausoleum, but you totally ruin his entrance.
Yes.
Go ahead. It does. Well, it's a great axe, so it's D12 damage
D12, okay.
plus your strength modifier.
Okay, D12 plus.
Artemisia, you're next.
It's gonna be 15.
Jesus. Okay.
Was the axe magical by any chance?
Yes.
And what is the modifier on that axe?
I am recording that.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well, choosing your own target did not work out well last time. So she's gonna lightning bolt the same guy that Stong threw the axe at, because she trusts Stong.
Yes.
He is on the mausoleum's rooftop. Are you okay hitting one of the other people as well?
So who else is on the rooftop?
Levia and Shadowbane are on the rooftop.
Yes. Well, she was trying to hit Livia before.
Go ahead and roll. Or rather, they have to make saving throws, so here we go.
Levia, oh Levia.
Wait, but does she get to decide like who gets hit first, or do they all get hit by it?
They're all going to get hit
Oh,
by
I
it.
see.
Well, actually, Kaelin shoves Levia off the mausoleum
Oh,
and takes the full brunt of the lightning bolt.
nice guy.
28.
Yeah, that was a good idea. All right.
That was their last one, though. So
And it also hits the black killer, the Kiss of Death killer. Okay. Sturge.
Sturge's most important asset is his anonymity. So he is on his face, or he's on his back, down below all these vines, right?
Yeah.
And Levia was just very busy, and so was Shadowbane. So presumably they did not see the result of his losing his disguise. In any case, he's going to hope that that's the case. And the first thing he's going to do is roll out of sight,
Stirred special.
Stirred special.
crouching below the vines. He's going to get to his feet, which takes half of his move. Is that correct?
It does.
Okay. Then he's going to do a Grinch.
Through the extremely difficult terrain.
Yeah. Well, no, not through. Just up the pathway,
Okay.
away.
Away from the mausoleum.
Yeah.
Away from
So
the
so
valley.
he's just gonna. He's basically getting out of view, moving, and then he's going to cast the disguise self and become Master Capstan, and then continue his 30-foot move even farther away. So it's even more plausible that this is actually Mr. Capstan, and whoever was blown to bits is now vaporized. And
All right.
There he's going to turn around and just peek through the vines and see what's going on. He's basically used all of his actions.
Continuing to watch. Okay, Shadowbane stands there, and it looks like he's going to stand fine for a second, and then he wobbles and falls off, and the attacker leaps after him. So, down in the crypt, the vampire is still wrestling with Rogar, and those of you who are kind of near to the entrance, you hear this cracking sound, and then this stone door gives way, and a man comes tumbling down the stairs. That would be Shadowbane that came tumbling down the stairs, covered in blood and bruises.
We don't know who that is, though, right? So it's basically
No.
we see a big, ugly dude who showed up to fight.
And smoking with
You,
ozone.
Yeah.
you do know who it is because his helmet is broken, mostly open, and you realize that it's Kalen, the same guy you met at the castle.
Great. We should stash him in the opposite corner from Shae.
Ooh, yeah. Kids, go to the corners.
And then a dark shape looms in the doorway up at the top of the stairs. And it says, "Here, little Shadowbane, it's time to die." And the Kiss of Death Killer starts descending the stairs toward you. So I'm going to combine the initiative again.
Again, we don't, in the crypt, though, we just know there's some shadowy figure coming down there.
It is clear to you, like Rogar specifically, you have this moment of divine clarity
Okay.
that this is the entity that the vampire was talking about.
The vampire reacts to it in some
Rogar,
way.
yes. Rogar is not a particularly cerebral dude, but you
Right.
understand in a
Aye.
bone deep awareness with your high wisdom that the vampire was speaking about this entity because he reacts with unadulterated joy as soon as that entity appears.
Okay.
And you see the man coming down the stairs in the black cloak with a little piece of it missing from where it was torn off.
It's like,
When I saw that guy upstairs, how luscious were his lips?
Very.
So maybe
And
you
black.
also maybe you
Notice-
also recognize that.
Yeah, you see this like black drool coming down from his mouth.
Oh god.
That
From his
luscious,
luscious
huh?
lips.
Yeah, that luscious.
And you see this blazing black flame sword in his hand.
Right. Some cool goth music. Okay. All right. So
And he looks at the rest of you and he says, "Who are you?"
it's like no fielding in a black. No. All right.
Okay, so Rogar, you go first, in fact.
Well, I'm still being grappled by the.
Well, the vampire has let go of you because what's the point now? You're all gonna die.
Oh.
And the vampire just says, "My sire, kill them. I shall watch, or I shall take part as you wish." Kiss of Death Killer totally doesn't care. Just not at all aware of it at all. Rogar, what do you do?
Well, first of
We're
all, I
running
think,
out of time, so
right. I think my spirit guardians is still flying around. It's a 10-minute spell, and I don't know. Has it been 10 minutes?
It has been 10 minutes.
All right. Fine. Then I cast. I cast. Oh, Prayer of Healing. That takes some time though. All right.
I can go with someone else if you need a second.
Yeah, go with
All right,
someone else.
Stong. All right, so you see the Kiss of Death Killer descending into the crypt.
How injured does he look?
Not especially.
Not especially. Oh, we did so much damage.
No, it's like he was fresh when he came into the battle.
Okay, okay. And then how far away is that entrance, and is there like a clear pathway? Because I can't actually undo the plant growth.
No, there isn't really a clear pathway. You seem to have really blocked yourself off from getting in there.
How far is it from the clear path to the pathway, or to the entrance?
30 feet.
30 feet. How far can I throw Artemisia? How much do you weigh?
You don't really know
No,
until
I'm
you
not gonna
try.
do this. Oh, I don't want to do this. Do you have, okay, let me think about this real quick.
I mean, she's kind of slender.
Do you have anything that would be of greater assistance once I get you closer?
Well, I mean,
If I get you closer?
she's at magic missile point.
Magic missile?
Maybe at this point it's I can just narratively say that you are hacking your way through and trying to get through the plants because we're almost out of time, and so I'm just gonna go to
make
everyone who's right there, like Cecilia and Calith are right there.
Small retconny point, but lightning bolt sets everything flammable around it on fire.
That's
so
true.
Maybe
All right,
the
so
plants
the
are on fire.
so the plants are
Oh,
on
nice.
fire. Yes, you want to wade through the burning plants.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just real casual. Yeah.
All right, yeah, you start hacking your way through, right? And it's hot and miserable, but you gotta save your friends, right?
Yeah.
This is
absolutely.
the desperate I'm coming to save my friends moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
So I'm gonna go back to the people mostly in the crypt. So Calith,
All right. Calith is
Aiden
going
is out
to,
of commission. Shae is
Yep.
out of commission. Shadowbane is struggling to get up.
Well, Calith is going to burn a 3rd level spell slot to do Hold Person, and she can do it on the vampire and on the Kiss of Death Killer.
Okay.
nice.
Wow.
And that's going to be a Wisdom saving throw.
I'm just gonna check real fast.
Oh.
Do we have
Okay,
footsteps?
I want you to know vampires are not humanoids, so Hold Person doesn't affect them.
Cool. She's not going to burn a 3rd level spell
Yeah, I
slot.
thought
She's gonna
you'd
do the
probably
Kiss
want to
of
do
Death
something
Killer.
else. Okay.
She's still going to try and paralyze the Kiss of Death Killer.
Okay. Okay, your spell doesn't seem to affect him.
Which spell?
Hold Person.
Hold Person.
Oh.
All right,
Great.
Cecilia.
Cecilia is going to turn around and Eldritch Blast that guy.
Excellent.
She's going to pull out her rod, the one that looks kind of like a permanently bloodied moan, and aim both beams right at that guy because
Sacred
dude's
to the heart of
stalking
a
down
person.
at you and you really want to get out.
Yeah,
Like,
he's blocking the only
He's
way
the
out.
only way out.
Going
Okay, one of those is bad. Let's see. Well, maybe not. A 12 and a 21.
The 21 hits.
That does 6 damage.
Okay. The Kiss of Death Killer keeps stalking downward, and he brings back his sword to swing at Cecilia, and Shadowbane appears and catches the sword with his body. It doesn't really seem to hurt him very much. Like, you see it sink into him, but he doesn't like react as though he was in pain. But he stopped the sword from hitting her and by hitting it on himself. Okay. That was a good move, Kaylin. Okay.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So Jiggle Wolf is down here.
Jiggle Wolf is barking madly at the
He is
at
observing
the killer.
loudly. Okay.
Well,
Can
he
you command
darts
Jiggle Wolf?
forward to bite at the creature,
Okay.
the guy. Oh, okay. He does successfully bite the Kiss of Death Killer. Like the guy
contributing members to the team.
The guy cut into Shadowbane and a blow that was meant for you, and then kicked Shadowbane back down the stairs. And then the wolf intercedes and distracts the Kiss of Death Killer with some actual damage. More damage than Shadowbane himself dealt. That's gotta hurt.
Okay.
My delayed action. Can I?
Well, Rogar, so it is back around to your turn, and you feel strangely calm for a moment. The clarity with which you understood the situation and the stakes and what was coming down upon you has extended, and you feel like the surge of warmth and light within yourself, like the touch of your goddess that you have felt removed from for so long. And you feel like a connection to Shadowbane, to the Kiss of Death Killer, to this skein of destiny that is unraveling in this room. Do you embrace it?
Do I embrace the light?
Yes.
Don't go towards the
Do
light.
you embrace that feeling?
Do I embrace the feeling? If I feel Sharinlar's grace upon me, of course I
Do
embrace it.
you trust that you are in Sharinlar's light?
I do.
Okay. Make a wisdom check.
Right. Thank you. That would be 17.
Excellent. So, you're thinking of all the attacks you could do, what you could do to stop this entity from coming, and it raises its sword, and you just put your hand out as though to stop it, and then you realize that he's no longer holding his sword. You're holding his sword.
Oh.
The
flaming
Kiss of
sword.
Death Killer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The flaming sword that you first saw Rhett holding.
Mm-hmm.
And the black flames wink out and become surging golden flames. And the symbol on the hilt becomes that of Sharinlar.
Sweet.
You just stare at it.
Sweet.
And
Oh, sick.
the vampire who is, prostrate next to you
See if the flames fly out.
looks at its sire
Zap,
and looks
shoot.
to you and is like, what the? And then the sword bursts with light and the vampire just disintegrates away. And the Kiss of Death Killer flinches away from the light of your sword that fills this crypt
Stabby, stabby.
and hisses at you.
Alright.
And he appears to be kind of cowering away from you.
Right. So can I just
You want to
stab
attack?
him? I want to just put the point to his throat.
Sure.
And say, why, damn it? Why did you kill them? Why did you kill Rittagast?
Make an intimidation check. With advantage.
Alright.
Inspiration.
Well, I already had advantage, so the
yeah.
So Karen
With a
asked if we
7
could
and a
assist,
2.
or anybody there could assist.
But I'm so intimidating at 4'2" and my.
So you make
But
this,
I have a flaming sword, so. I gotta look at my other sheet. Sorry.
you make this demand of him.
Aye.
And he does not say anything. But who else wants
Let's
to?
just assume I'm not very
speak.
intimidating.
Cecilia wants to speak.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Cecilia is going to say, but obviously this guy is bad news. And can I wake up my Pact Blade?
Yeah.
All right, so I wake up my Pact Blade because otherwise I'm just a lady standing there with her. I don't know. I still have my rod. That's pretty creepy. Maybe I'm just gonna put my rod up under his chin, and I'm going to say in a voice that carries through the splintery mask, "He asked you a question."
Why don't you roll an intimidation check? charisma character.
That's a 20.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Nailed it.
He says, "You. This isn't possible." Ah, and
That's absolutely
he
possible.
rolls away from you as though to flee. You can make a tax opportunity if you want to.
I go to hamstring him with the.
Go ahead and attack.
Can I also?
You have your pack blade, I assume.
Especially
You,
since I'm
I
down
went
with
with
that
my,
rod.
my
well, you
rod
got the
up
rod
his
and
chin.
the blade, is what I'm saying.
Can I Eldritch blast him up the chin?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Both beams or only one?
Both beams.
All the beams.
Yeah, I'll keep that just in case.
He's in so much trouble, you guys.
Yes.
That's a 27 and
Ow.
a 26.
I already
Nice.
Nice.
Now watch me.
All right, well, those both hit.
So a 10, an 8, it's 18 total.
Okay.
I
Question: does he still have a head?
had a 15.
Yes. 15 will not hit. You narrowly miss him. You said 18
Bastard.
total, is that what you said? Okay.
18 total.
I have a question. What is Cecilia thinking while she does this? Like she was in her like distressed mode, PTSD.
This guy is clearly like if we're dividing, this is enemy threatening my friend, and I have the very strong compulsion that we need to get out of here, because Cecilia's brain is working on we are in the snowy fields being ambushed by red wizards, and even though she knows that's not what's going on, like there is this very intense compulsion to to do this thing, and to keep her friends safe. And in this case, this is clearly important to Rogar, and that guy's being a jerk. He's being a hard jack in Realm's turn.
All right, so
Educational.
the killer rolls away and melts into the shadows, disappearing.
No, it doesn't. Fuck that.
Oh,
Sorry.
PG-13, you can
In
get away with
realms,
one
you
F.
Harassed. What is it?
you say Slarn that.
Schlarn that.
Schlarn
That just trips out the tongue.
Yeah, peely wally. All right, here we go.
Here we go. And then you did
no,
I
he's
just
got-
I blast a guiding bolt after
All right.
into the darkness.
All right, you attack the darkness, you blast the wall, lighting up the stairwell, and he is indeed gone. But you are still holding the sword.
Well, fat lot of good that does. So, I mean,
That is
great.
unsatisfying. I would like to destroy that person.
Yep.
Just-
Kill
But
them in fire.
maybe.
But I feel, well, it was nice to feel Sharindlar's grace, that's for sure.
And you feel
So-
something. You feel something more than Sharinlar's grace. You feel like another hand over your hand on the sword, even though no one is there.
Oh. Reach back. Give it a tickle.
I do something
Not
dramatic,
with me.
and someone's got to step in it every time.
Sorry.
Maybe we're in private, I'll reach back.
And I think with that, that's where we're going to leave this first arc of the campaign.
All right.
You got a lot of explaining
you.
to do. When they get back, but that can be off stage. So, thank you to my players for sticking it out. This was fun, and we have more things to explore in the dark city of Westgate. Thank you to you, Gen Con, for hosting us. This is a great space. We love playing here. Thank you to you, our audience, for sticking with us this long. Please come back for more. You know, Rogar's got to explore the meaning of this new power that he's awakened in himself. Cecilia's got some things to work through. We got to figure out what the wolf's name is eventually.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
He can tell us whenever he wants.
Whenever he wants to say something, it's fine. And there are more intrigues waiting. Thanks. And thank you to our sponsors,
Yes.
Idle Champions and
Champions.
Forgotten Realms. They do good work. They do good stuff for us. We want you to go play their game. It's real fun.
Go check out Havilar. She releases this week.
Yeah.
Havilar
Isn't she-
releases this week.
Isn't she part of the new seasonal event?
Yes, she's part of the Grand Revel 3.
Cool.
Go get your stuff.
I'm going to give you a brief teaser for the next arc. It's going to involve some secrets from Sturge's past. The resolution, or at least progress, of the Lilton intrigue, because Cecilia is bound and determined to get that man away from her sister.
I'll help you.
And we're going to meet some of the other cool NPCs in the setting, including everyone's favorite happy-go-lucky amnesiac wizard. So, thanks, and we'll see you back next time.
Awesome.